Hello. Welcome. Welcome. Sean Marie. Hi, I see you. Love this. Good morning. Welcome, welcome. Ooh, I always get well, not always, but I often have this feeling of excitement when I start my live streams. Sean Marie. Good morning. Oh, what's this? There we go. Excellent. Hi. All right. All right. Let's see what I can do. Let's see. Hi. All right. Still in Nicaragua. Yes. I am in Nicaragua until Friday. We fly out on Friday. Hello. No, thank you. Good. All right, let me bring me in. Always so much fun when they bring me in. Biblically. Dude, really? When did God hold a pen? Come on, get out of here. Get out of here with your stupid little, oh, God holds a pen and reads books. Get out of here with that. We're not that dumb. Listen, you need a dumber audience to come say that kind of stuff too, but we're not that silly, you know? We're not that silly. God never held a pen, you know? Never. We're not that silly, my love. Go somewhere else with your silliness. It's not accepted here. Here we have intelligent people, okay? What's my count? Oh, I see there's a male here who can't look at a woman without wanting to hear about other dudes. Isn't that funny? We call that ran through, right? He looks at a woman, runs through me to be told about other dudes. We call that ran through. Ladies, if they have to run through you to hear about guys instead of finding out about you, we let the ran through males continue running. We don't hold them back. We let them keep going. Right, ladies? Let them run. Let them run to their fantasies. Let them run to their pee-pee obsession. You don't have to partake. You just block and delete. Yeah, you just block and delete. He wants to hear about dudes instead of finding out who you are. You just keep, let him go. Let him run to the dudes. Yes, I am married. Do suggest one of your books if you're already in a committed, happy relationship. So I do have more books with different goals. Like Say Yes to Goodness is about your general happiness and how to address it in multiple areas. Custom Made is about career coaching. It's two parts. It's identifying your purpose, passion, and talent, and it's monetizing your purpose, passion, and talent. What else? I mean, Fix That Shit is still good. Even though you're in a happy relationship, maybe there's a little bit more to learn. Are you doing minimum 2 kisses a day, minimum 5 seconds each? Do you live together, Tim? You do. Okay, so are you doing minimum 2 kisses a day, minimum 5 seconds each at this time? And I want you to think consciously about what I just said. Always looking to improve. I think Fix That Shit would be right up your alley. So I want you to think about 5 seconds, right? Are you getting it at least 2 kisses a day that are at least that long? What's your answer? Ripple, I see you. I see you. Hi, my loves. Already 51 people in the room. Hi. You do. Ah, that's amazing. I want you to take what I'm telling you here, minimum 2 kisses a day, minimum 5 seconds each. This is easy to do when it's early in the relationship. You must be conscious of maintaining this because life starts to happen, busyness, stress, sometimes illness, kids, age, hormones, all of these things can reduce sex drive, and what we call intimacy tends to be what we do in the bedroom. I want you to switch your mindset from calling only the bedroom intimacy to those kisses and seeing those kisses as intimacy. So when you are conscious about minimum 2 kisses a day, minimum 5 seconds each, you are consciously ensuring that you have intimacy on a daily basis. Oh no, you males are not my demographic. I hope you're not coming here thinking that I'm talking to you for you. I'm talking to women. I'm teaching women how to fish. I'm teaching women how to tell the difference between a good catch and a bad one. I'm teaching women to throw back the ones that are not a good fish. So don't think you're my demographic, my love. My female audience is my demographic. I wrote a book called No More Assholes because I teach women to be mindful of the words coming out of their mouths when they're talking about their partner. If she's saying he's such an asshole, he did it again. He lied again, disrespected again, lazy again, irresponsible again. She needs to let him go. She needs to block, delete him. She needs to move on and find herself a man. When she's with a man, not a guy, she speaks very highly of him. Oh, he's so amazing. He's so loyal, so trustworthy, so honest, so hardworking, so responsible, so takes such good care of me. So I teach women to watch what they're saying. And if she's complaining, he's such an asshole, he did it again, I teach women to break up or divorce them. And when they come here and tell me they did that, I ring a freedom bell. So don't think I'm talking to you. No, my love, I'm talking to women and teaching them how to pick the right man by using a no kissing for 3 months dating rule. Now, body count doesn't matter. No matter how many people I did in my past, that has no interference for me picking the right person for a long-term relationship when I'm ready to pick a long-term relationship. Men built to maintain the world, right? Yeah, that's a joke. That's a joke. I know you're joking right now because what we've witnessed in this lifetime is egotistical males rewriting history, renaming bodies of water because you're too weak to acknowledge reality. You're too weak to acknowledge women's intelligence, women's achievements, women building the Wi-Fi you're on right now. You're very weak. That's why you say things like that, because you try to lie to build yourself up, but women know the truth. We know we're very smart. In fact, even smarter than you, because who's the #1 graduates from STEM? Science, technology, engineering, math? Women. Who's the #1 demographic of home buyers right now? Women. So when you stop holding us under a heel, we start showing you we're better. So only weak males say, we built everything. Oh, no, my love. They burned the Library of Alexandria to try to distract women from our own achievements in mathematics and astrology and science because you're too weak. So you have to distract us by burning our libraries and trying to imprison us for educating ourselves because you're weak. So anyways, I'm not reading anything you say. You've lost my interest. I'll let my moderators deal with you when they're bored with you, but I'm not reading anything you say because you don't have anything interesting for me. Yes, you're very triggered, I can tell. Bonnie Blue, wow. Another one showing us how brilliant Bonnie Blue is, because isn't she a brilliant marketing strategist? Isn't she a brilliant marketing strategist? Didn't she say, APB, I'm going to use 1,000 males, line up to be used? And they did, because y'all are so easy. And she knew when she pulled that stunt, another 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, 500,000 males wouldn't be able to take her name out of their mouth, right? So you're marketing her. There's 74 people here. You said Bonnie Blue, making me say Bonnie Blue, meaning two boys here are going to go give Bonnie Blue some more money because she's a marketing genius. How many days ago did Bonnie Blue pull her stunt? How many days? What a marketing genius, because she's using your mouth for free now, isn't she? She used those 1,000 boys for free, made $1 million off their genitalia, didn't she? And now she's using your mouth. Seems like there's no difference between male genitalia and your mouth. Wow, she's brilliant. Every single day, I'm waiting for one day where she's not using your mouth for free, marketing her for free. I'm waiting for one day where one of you isn't so dumb to fall for her marketing strategy, but you still are. So this is another day that Bonnie Blue gets free marketing because of the stunt she pulled, knowing you would market her. Absolutely brilliant. Love it. Love it. Wow. Wow. Another one proving how great she is. I'm bored now. Block, delete, cleanse, remove. Block, delete, cleanse, remove. Ladies, are you seeing all the males coming here, convincing you to never have sex with them? Are you seeing that, ladies? Hands up if you're seeing the males in the comment section convincing you to never have sex with them. Hello, Shamari. Block.
Hello, I wanted to ask your opinion on something. And see, I have a friend whose husband cheated on her, beat her, was abusive in many, many ways to her. And I basically said I didn't want anything to do with anything with her when it came to her griping about his antics. And she told me a couple of weeks ago that she was 90% ready to leave him. Well, he had a stroke, and then all of a sudden he dies, and she's sanctifying him, saying how good of a man he is. And she's a really, really, she's one of my best friends if he's not involved. And I haven't been there for her to feed in her delusion that he's a great man. Because first time she tells me what a great man he is, I'm going to lay it out and say, nope. So I haven't said anything. I haven't talked to her. I've just kind of been away until she's gotten over this. She's got enough people feeding into her delusion. She doesn't need me. My husband tells me that I should be there for her. It's not about him. It's about her. And I'm too honest for that. I just can't.
Right. What's your question?
My question is my husband right that I should be there more for her, or is it good that I stay away?
So you are looking after your own mental health, right? You know that you're not going to sit across from somebody and listen to them gaslight themselves without you saying, hey, this is not honest. What you're saying is not the truth. So you're looking after your mental health in that sense. Like you said, she has enough people around her. And so if she's rolling along just fine and she's not reaching out going, why aren't you here? Is she doing that? Is she reaching out to you, complaining?
She wonders why I haven't talked to her, because she complains to my husband that I haven't talked to her in a week. I don't want her to, because what will happen is I will vomit the truth.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
just before he dies, he sent her a picture of him getting head.
What?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So keep your distance, Jean Marie. Your husband can go, soothe her if he wants to, but
I,
you're
that's what I said.
him.
You can talk to her, you can soothe her. If you want to feed into her delusion, you can. I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He says, well, it's not about him, it's about her. And I am not going to let her tell herself that he was such a good man when
It's
he
nice.
wasn't consistent, when
Wow. It's not.
he would eat all the food in the house and not leave her any and let her
Summary,
starve.
summary, it's not about her telling herself that. It's I'm not going to sit across from her and listen to that. So if I were to go over and she starts talking about him in this glowing way, I will need to stop the conversation and say, I'm not here to listen to these lies. And so why put myself in the position of doing that when I know that's what's going to happen?
Yeah, I just feel like karma kind of helped her out a little bit. And if she started with her boo-hoo about him, I'm not gonna. I'd turn into a Chantal.
Right. Yeah. So you're protecting her. Just say to him, listen, I'm protecting her because she wants to grieve in this way. I just don't agree with it, and I wouldn't be able to be in front of it without disagreeing. So I'm going to let her sit in her grief the way she wants to.
All right, thank you. I figure I felt right. I just
Yes.
didn't know if I was doing it wrong. Because if maybe my husband was right, my ego was getting in the way.
No, you're letting her grieve the way she wants to.
But as soon as we get together and she starts it up, I'm not gonna let her go into her delusion.
Right.
And and the only thing I said was, you screwed yourself by becoming dependent on a man. Now you have no money
Mm-hmm.
because she's
Yeah.
unemployed and she was his cash cow. So you want to? I'm gonna back off. It gets noisy here, and I need to do my lunch or breakfast. And you have fun in
Nicaragua. Yes, my love.
Nicaragua. Yes.
Thank you, lovely. I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
I'll see you in the chat.
All right.
Bye now. Get there. Who's this? Gabe.
Hello?
Hi, what topic are you here for?
Uh, Body count doesn't matter.
So I am discussing this in a specific debate fashion, which is facts over feelings. We're not using this as an individual topic because I'm not here to discuss your personal thoughts, feelings, opinions, or experiences. You're not the topic for me. This is the topic in a factual or scientific way. Are you prepared to address this in a factual or scientific way only?
Yeah.
So a fact would be like this. Would you agree this is a cell phone?
Yeah.
And then the scientific way is when you have 4 pieces of information to show us where you read the science you want to present. I have to go find the words before you say them out loud to ensure there's no amplification of lies, fear-mongering, or disinformation. So for that, I need title of the peer-reviewed study, website is on, page number, and paragraph number. Did you want to present facts or science?
Science.
Okay, what's the title of the peer-reviewed study?
Get some dick, you faggot.
There you go. So as you will notice, ladies, every single one of these guys who come here saying body count matters are abusive. Every single one of them is abusive. This is why I instruct you to instantly block and delete anybody who asks you what your body count is, because the only thing that's going to come after that is toxicity and abuse. So the reason why they're so abusive is because they don't take responsibility for their thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Instead, they want to control you. So zero accountability, because for them, accountability is kryptonite. Control tactics, yes. Disrespect, yes. Abuse, verbal abuse, yes. If you don't want an abusive male, you instantly block and delete anybody asking you what your body count is. You need to get my dating book, No More Assholes, because this is the dating methodology that I teach. Identification before commitment. These males who say body count matters want to get in bed with you, will try to get in bed with you, will definitely want to increase your body count, but disrespect you for having consensual sex. Even with them, they don't like women, as you can tell. This is why they shove you aside and go, tell me about dudes, because their actual interest is in other dudes. They're controlling, insecure, stuck in the past, PP obsessed. They're enraged at your autonomy because they want to control women. Keep watching, ladies. You're going to see exactly what I'm talking about over and over and over again. They are consistent. Hi, what topic are you here for?
Hello. I don't think
I
body
asked you what topic you're here for, my love. Can you answer that question first?
the one you're debating, body count doesn't matter.
There's a lot that I can talk about. I am a life coach. I niche in dating and relationships. If you were to Google who is Canada's best dating coach, you would see me. I have 11 books on dating and relationships, also on mental health and your happiness. I even wrote a book on career coaching. So there's a lot that I can talk about, but this particular subject is the debate topic. And so I am approaching this in a factual or scientific way, but not in individualized way. Because I'm sure you can acknowledge that just because you think spinach might be yucky, you don't like spinach, your opinion is spinach doesn't taste good at all, does that mean the rest of the world should stop eating spinach?
Spinach is a food, and we are people.
I understand. I asked you a simple question.
Are you gonna be respectful or keep talking over people?
I'm just asking questions, and I just want you to answer the questions as I ask them. That's it. Would you?
But if we're debating, it means we both should have an open opinion to be able to talk.
I don't understand what's going on. I'm not sure if you came to have a conversation when I asked a
I
question
did.
with a simple answer. So, are you not able to answer the question? Would you agree that if somebody doesn't like spinach, it's okay for the rest of the world to eat spinach?
Yes.
That's why we're not
Everyone
individual.
has
That's
to
why we're
have
not
the same things.
That's
I
why we're not.
understand that. But if you would let people talk,
I'm discussing this in a factual or scientific way, not an individualized way, because people can have their individual opinions, their thoughts, their feelings. They can think whatever they want, do whatever they want. That's why I'm not individualizing this. We are only discussing this in a factual or scientific way to see if body count matters beyond the individual, to see if it matters in a factual or scientific way. Because there's a lot of guys that are running around, very toxic people, by the way, who are saying body count matters because of a science. And yet, since August 2024, I've been asking them to present the science that they supposedly read, only to find out that not a single one can actually point to a scientific study that says body count does matter. So this is why I'm holding the space in this way, in a factual or scientific way, to show, as I've been showing since August 2024, that the people who think body count matters, it's about them, but it's not about actual real life. It's not about facts, and it's not about science. So that really brings it down to ego, dysfunction, or indoctrination, but not facts or science.
can we talk?
What did you want to say?
Well, I mean, every time I try to say something, you keep speaking over me. But anyway,
Hey, is that what you wanted to say?
I would like to say a few things.
Well, I asked what would you like to say, and you chose a complaint. Would you
Stop
like to say
talking.
something now?
Scientifically, it's
Scientifically,
wrong.
what pieces of information to present.
You're still talking over me.
No, I am talking over you. Of course I am. Title of the peer-reviewed study. What is it, my love? I need title of the peer-reviewed study, the website you found it on, the page number and paragraph number where you read in a scientific study that body count matters. So what's the title of the peer-reviewed study?
Your moderator keeps
What is
muting.
the title of the peer-reviewed study?
Why are you raising your
What is
voice?
the title of the peer-reviewed study?
Being louder doesn't make you right.
You don't have a title of a peer-reviewed
You
study.
are entitled. You
Hold on
are.
a second. We can mute her again. So what's happening here is this person pooped in their hand and then called it science because they're not giving me a title of a peer-reviewed study. I'll give you one more chance to not show me a piece of poop in your hand, but actually point me to a scientific study. What is the title of the peer-reviewed study?
You are.
Okay, you don't have a title of a
disrespectful
peer-reviewed study, so now you are gone because you don't have a science. You pooped in your hand and said, this is science. I have eyes. I have eyes. When you show me poop in your hand, I see poop. If you have a title of a peer-reviewed study, go ahead and write it in the chat. I want everybody else to pay attention. Let's see if the person types a title of a peer-reviewed study to prove that they're not lying when they said science says. So every time somebody says science says, I want you to ask them for 4 pieces of information. Title of the peer-reviewed study, website is on, page number, and paragraph number. I've been asking for that since August 2024. Why has nobody delivered? Why is it that all they bring is toxicity? Look at their comments. All they bring is abuse. Look at their comments. All they bring is a lack of accountability for their thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Look at their comments. Not a single one giving 4 pieces of information to prove that science says body count matters. Every single one is taking a massive dump in their hand and showing this steaming pile of poop and attempting to call it science. It is not science when you take a crap in your hand and then show it and say, this is science. That is poo. If you want to point me to science, I need title of the peer-reviewed study, website is on, page number, and paragraph number. I don't accept your ego, your dysfunction, or your brainwashed indoctrination. I don't accept that. And no intelligent woman will accept that. Hi, what topic are you here for?
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Hi, what topic are you here for?
The body count topic.
So hold on, before you go on, I need to ensure that we can agree to some baseline terms. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so I'm not discussing this in an individualized way because I'm not here to debate you on you, because I'm not here to change your mind in any way, shape, or form. We're only discussing the topic by itself without individualizing it. So we're discussing it in a factual or scientific way. A factual way would be like this. So
Scientifically.
you're not able to take part in it in any way? Okay.
Uh,
I didn't think that you were hearing me, so okay. Sorry. So if you're not willing to hear what I say, I do need you to understand that my number one relationship rule is it's not fair to ask for anything you're not willing to do first. I do need to understand 2 things about this. One, I am the teacher. This is my classroom. So I will, of course, interrupt to ensure things are running the way I teach my classroom in a factual or scientific way. I need to know that you're here to hear what I say. But if you're just here to talk at me, that's really not interesting. I'm not here to be talked at. If you're here to speak about this in a factual or scientific way, go ahead and request up. We're still waiting for somebody to bring facts or science. Not, I think, I feel, my opinion, my experience. You are not the topic. We're not here to discuss your thoughts, feelings, opinions, or experiences. This is not a therapy session. This is a debate topic, but you are not the debate topic. So if that's something that you can't wrap your head around, don't request up, okay? Hi, Sarah. Hello.
Hi, Chantal. Hello.
Oh, no. Copy pasting a link is an instant block and delete because it shows you went to a podcast row and did 0 reading. Don't copy paste links, you guys. I said title of the peer reviewed study, website is on, page number, paragraph number. Copy pasting a link from a podcast row that lied to you is not going to work here. You have to do the reading. Title of the peer reviewed study, website is on, page number, paragraph number that has the words you want to say here, okay? Zara, hi. What topic are you here for?
Hi, I'm interested in the open forum topic of body count.
And so that open forum is anything else. The debate topic is body count. I would say body count does not matter to the people who practice logic and stick to facts.
Okay.
If you would like to oppose that, I would need facts or science. I have 3 facts for why body count does not matter. What would you like to present, facts or science?
Yeah, we can do science. There's a article that was published.
I don't want an article, my love. I want a peer-reviewed study because that is science. A blog post is not science. An article is not science. I do need a title of a peer-reviewed study. The website this study is on, I think he's searching now. So I'm going to let you go so you can go find it and then come back and present it. So title of the peer-reviewed study, the website is on, the page number and paragraph number that has the words you wish to present in the scientific study. So go find it if you need to go find it and write it down and then come back and present it, okay? We're still waiting. Why are you enraged at the idea of autonomy? That seems very strange. Notice, ladies, the number of people that are enraged when a sign above my head says you never controlled me and you never will. They are enraged at your autonomy. Kaylee, hi.
Hi, it's Kale. How are you?
Kale, hi. What topic are you here for?
The body count.
Okay, so I am discussing this in a factual or scientific way. This is a facts over feelings debate,
Yep,
not an individual.
I've been here.
debate.
I
Okay.
agree with your prerequisites.
Before we start, can I just hear you agree to the base terms? Can we do this?
Yeah, absolutely.
So a factual way would be like this. Would you agree this is a cell phone?
Yes.
And then a scientific way is if you present 4 pieces of information, title of the peer review study, website is on, page number and paragraph number. Before you say the words, I need to go find the words in the study first. And this is how I ensure there's no amplification of lies, fear-mongering, or disinformation. Is that fair?
Absolutely.
Okay, what did you want to say?
So the title of the study is Sexual History and Relationship Satisfaction. It's called The More Partners, the Merrier. The authors are Busby, Carroll, and Wilborough. All have their
Hold on a
certifications. The
second.
journal.
Wait, can you take a breath? Can
Yeah.
you wait 1 second, okay? Okay, right? So we're gonna do this step by step, okay?
Totally.
Okay. Title of the study?
It's called Sexual History and Relationship Satisfaction. And then it's like a colon. It's called The More Partners, the Merrier. You must get a lot of people that don't actually have this, which is why you didn't have your laptop ready, huh?
I usually have typers. I usually have other people in the chat here who do the typing for me.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Your first time here?
It was a long time ago.
Okay.
I'm actually a
Yeah.
dating and relationship coach as well.
Polyamorous. Is this about polyamory?
In some context. It's on the APA PsycNet.
Okay. I'm looking for APA. Okay, APA SegNet. I have sexuality and personal relationships. Let me go.
The DOI says this 10.1037.
Hold on a second, please. Can you give me the title again?
Sexual history and relationship satisfaction. The more partners, the merrier. I think the long title is efficacy and supplemental phonics based instruction. But
Okay. Sorry, can you give me that? I'm on the APA SegNet, but it's not giving me that particular title.
God, I'm not sure how to send it to you. The authors are Busby, Carroll, and Wilborough. Willoughby.
How do you Busby?
Busby.
USBY.
Yeah, it's Busby, Carroll, and Willoughby. I don't know, sure.
Hi, Chantal. I saw a quick synopsis. It basically says there's no difference between polygamous relationships and monogamous relationships when it comes to happiness. So body count in this essence doesn't matter.
So can I convey what I see?
Hold on. I have not found I have not found it yet.
So the key findings that I'm seeing on my side is that people with fewer premarital sex.
Hold on. Before you say it out loud, I need to find it, right? So
Totally.
BUSBY. Sorry, Busby. Give me the name of the researchers again.
Busby, Carroll, and Willoughby. And actually, I got to take my girlfriend to work right now, so I actually might need the dip. Sorry, I thought you might be ready to look up the study. But if you find it, obviously, we'll have a conversation later.
Willoughby, Willoughby?
Correct.
Willoughby.
Also, for context, I think there are studies, obviously, that basically say...
No, my love. We're not here for your thoughts. We're here for facts.
No, I was referencing studies, not my thoughts.
So I typed in those three names and I couldn't, it brought up nothing on APA SegNet.
I mean, I'll DM you. I can send you the study. But obviously, I can't necessarily give the information because you don't want me to say that. So...
Well, we don't want amplification of lies, fear-mongering, or disinformation.
Do you have your studies to reference for us?
So I said I need to find the words you found in the study before you say them.
What studies can I look up?
Because I am being fair to everyone, and I'm saying the same thing to everyone, and I'm operating the same way with everyone.
Can you tell me what studies you have so I could look those up?
I don't pretend there's a science about body count. I have 3 facts. Would you like to hear them?
Are they facts based on what?
It's a fact is something that you and I readily agree upon sight because it's so obvious, right?
Okay. But I guess the value of that fact can be interpreted.
You don't want to hear my 3 facts?
You are wildly controlling.
You don't even want to hear to see if you agree, right?
No, I absolutely do, but you're not giving me studies in which you're asking for, which creates a double standard.
Science. I just said that. You didn't hear me.
So you're basing facts off of things that you've experienced in your personal life.
Repeat what I just said. I say I have 3 facts. I don't pretend there's a science. Can you say what I just said?
So you're saying you have facts based off of your experience, though, correct?
You don't even know what they are, and you want to assume what they are, right?
I didn't assume anything. I'm asking a question.
Do you know what an assumption is? It's a belief without
evidence. This is
such
a key signs of narcissism.
I don't even know how many
key signs of narcissism.
I don't even know how many times I'm going to say I have 3 facts, and you're not even going to ask for them. So hands up in the comment section if you noticed that I repeatedly said I have 3 facts, and he repeatedly made assumptions about my facts without wanting to hear the facts. Hands up in the comment section if you saw that he did not want to hear the facts. So this is what I mean by the people who say body count matters. They don't care about facts. They don't care what facts are. They want to attempt to push a science, which I couldn't find. They don't want to hear what actual facts are. He has no idea what they are. He skipped out because he didn't want to hear facts. So we'll see if somebody wants to hear 3 facts, right? We'll see. We'll see if somebody would like to hear 3 facts. But this guy apparently did not want to hear the 3 facts. It's very obvious, wasn't it? How many times? How many times did I actually say, I have 3 facts? Would you like to hear them? At no point did he say yes. He didn't want to hear the 3 facts. He wanted to make assumptions. He wanted to lie, gaslight. I don't know. But definitely didn't want actual information. I find that interesting. Don't you? Don't you find that interesting? No actual desire for information. Yeah, come on up. I want to hear you. I want to hear you. Hear them. Oh no. Oh no.
Hello?
What topic are you here for?
Body count.
Okay, so I am discussing this in a factual or scientific way, not a personalized way, because I'm not debating you on an attempt to change you or your mind in any way, shape, or form. A factual way would be like this. Would you agree?
I agree that that's a phone and that's a fact. Yeah, sure.
Okay, and then the scientific way is if you have a scientific study to present, I need to go find the words before you say them out loud. So for that, I need title of the peer-reviewed study. The website is on, page number and paragraph number, and then I'll go find the words and this is how I ensure that there's no amplification of lies, fear-mongering, or disinformation. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so here's the thing. Are you aware of what the Gaussian distribution table is?
No, I never heard of that.
Can you look it up for me? It's about statistics.
Oh, you have a statistic. So you have a title of a peer-reviewed study?
No, this is a fact. I'm using a fact. The Gaussian distribution.
No, but like, is there a peer-reviewed study that says body count matters?
Well, that's not what I'm saying. Okay, I
that's what we
don't want to waste my time with this stupid shit anymore. I'm not gonna lie, you're so dumb. You're dumb as
My
hell.
goodness, why are you
You're
so
so
emotional?
dumb. You're so
Why are
dumb.
they so emotional? Why are they
Because-
so emotional? I'm not emotional. I want facts or science. Why do they get so amped up? Why are you so amped? Just because I don't subscribe to your assumption. I don't subscribe to your indoctrination. I don't subscribe to your ego. I don't subscribe to your dysfunction. Why are you so emotional about women having autonomy, not being controlled by you before you met them, not being controlled by you after you meet them? Why are you so emotional about that? Why is it when there's a sign above my head that says body count doesn't matter? In other words, before you met me, you did not control my sexuality. Why are you so triggered? Why are you so egotistical that you dare say to a woman who you did before you knew I existed is all about me? Women are not looking for egotistical. Women want functional. We're not looking for males that are stuck in the past. We want confident men standing in the present, not asking how many guys we did because they want to hear about boys. We want the men who are interested in women, not the guys that are so pee-pee obsessed they can't look at us without hearing about other dudes. We don't want those males. We don't want those males, right, ladies? Hands up in the comment section if you don't want a male that has to shove you aside and say, tell me about other dudes. Hands up in the comment section if that's not your type. If you will instantly block and delete those males. Look at this guy. He's so pee-pee obsessed. Dude, bye, block, delete, cleanse, remove. The pee-pee obsession is ridiculous. We're not interested in your obsession with males. Go be with males. Stop positioning yourself in front of us and saying, tell me about the dudes you used to do. Tell me about the dudes in your past. Tell me about the dudes at that event you went to. I bet they talked to you. If you're that pee-pee obsessed, go. We're not holding you back. Stop using us as a disguise. We're not interested. So cute. It's so cute when you boys use a female name. That's so cute. Hi. Hello.
Can I hear your facts?
You want to hear my facts, yes?
Yeah, I don't have any arguments. I just want to hear the facts.
Thank you. I don't argue, my love. Arguing is a lack of acceptance. I'm not here to argue at all. That's why I'm not individualizing this. So here are my 3 facts. So I say body count does not matter to the people who practice logic and stick to facts. And these are my 3 facts. Number 1, if a male was looking for a female, well, let's kind of start it this way first. If a female was looking for a male for a long-term relationship and she had a list, honesty, loyalty, trustworthy, work ethic, financial responsibility, funny, respectful, empathetic, hardworking, she had this list of what she's looking for. Does she need to observe someone over time to see if they are in fact the person she's looking for? Yes or no?
Yes.
Number 2, if the male was looking for a female and he had a list, honesty, loyal, trustworthy, hardworking, responsible, funny, empathetic, conscientious, etc., if he had a list, would he need to observe her over time to see if she fulfills his list as a person? Yes or no?
Yes.
And number 3, if somebody wants to know if somebody has an STD, STI, do they need to ask the other person to go to the doctor, get tested, get the test results, and show the test results in order to know? Yes or no?
Yes.
Is it possible somebody could sleep with one person one time and catch an STD?
Yes.
It's a possibility. So if I ask somebody what their body count is and they say 1, do I have the facts about their safety results?
No.
No. Is it possible somebody could have a low body count, even a 0 body count, and not fulfill this list? Maybe not be respectful, maybe not be hardworking, maybe not be responsible?
Yes.
Yes. So if I ask somebody their body count and they give me a number, whatever number, I still don't know if they fulfill my list. I need time to figure that out, correct?
Yeah.
Because they could have a low body count, be a super douchebag, right? So just because somebody says they have a low body count doesn't mean they're a good fit for me, right?
True.
Right. So those of us who practice logic and stick to facts, we don't ask for a number because it doesn't tell us about safety or character and personality and compatibility. So instead of asking for a number, we do observation before committing using a no kissing for 3 months dating rule, meaning we're not occupying each other's mouths with our kisses. We're doing a lot of talking, a lot of watching, a lot of figuring out. And to find out if they have an STD, STI, we ask them to go to the doctor, get tested, and show us the results so that we know if we're going to catch something if we're with them.
Okay.
Thank you. Hi, Ellie Jane. Hello, everybody. By the way, good morning, my loves. Good morning, my loves. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I don't pretend that I have a science, unlike these guys who say, oh, science definitely says. And I'm like, okay, show me where. Show me where science says. I need to see that. Oh, hi, Jennifer. Hello.
Good morning.
Hi, what topic are you here for?
I've only been on this live for like less than 5 minutes, so I don't know if this is way off topic, but so far I love everything that you're saying and I totally support it. And I'm very curious what your opinion is on the sanctity of female virginity. And I ask this as a mother of two teenage daughters.
Right. So let's kind of start with what I would tell my daughters. Because here's the thing, the thing about virginity, it's not about virginity, it's about lack of education and knowledge. And there are some very toxic people who want to take advantage of people that are uninformed, uneducated, and unknowledgeable even about themselves. That's a lot of lack of knowledge when you don't even know yourself, but they want people who don't know themselves so that it's easier to control them. So I would tell my daughters, your body belongs to you and you only. Anybody attempting to tell you what to do with your own body should be removed from your life because they're trying to take away your autonomy. I would tell them that anything you want to do physically with somebody, go through it in your head first, do the act in your head first, and gauge yourself mentally and emotionally in your head after having done the act. And if you're satisfied with yourself in your mind, then go ahead and proceed if you feel that person is safe and will respect your boundaries as you set them out. Now, if at any point you change your mind, even if you're naked under the sheets, you never owe the other person a completion of the act because it is about your autonomy always. So if you change your mind at any point, I will teach my daughter how to put a stop to it immediately and extricate herself from this situation. Because what is most important is her mental health, her emotional well-being, and her physical safety. I will teach her to be empowered with her body. I will teach her to recognize coercion and how to get rid of people that are coercing. Like, for example, people who start to physically abuse people, they start with like little touches. So I teach her to recognize those little touches and how to get rid of those unwanted touches. So I would teach her strength, autonomy, and power so that her sexuality is hers to control at all times so that she can figure herself out. And when she's ready for a long-term relationship, no matter what her body count is, it could be 0 to 200. When she's ready for a long-term relationship, I teach her how to use observation before commitment, which is a no kissing for 3 months dating rule. No kissing, no sex, no sleepovers, no exclusivity, because now I'm not looking for experiences, education, things to try. I'm looking for someone to keep and stay with. And that's called an inner circle. And who's in your inner circle has a profound effect on you mentally, emotionally, and physically. And so when she's looking to bring somebody and keep them, I will teach her how to tell the difference between a selfish short-term thinker and a generous long-term thinker that would be a good fit for her and a good selection.
Interesting. I agree with probably 60-70% of that. There are some things that I respectfully have a different
It doesn't
opinion.
matter, my love. I understand that there are people who come from certain cultures, religious backgrounds, from certain educations, certain teachings throughout their life. I'm not here to change anybody's mind about anything. I stand here as a teacher. When you think about a teacher in a university class, not the school you drove your kids to and dropped them off. I mean, the school they chose to go to. I'm here teaching a university class, so I'm here for the students who come to learn, but I'm not fetching anybody anywhere saying, come here, I need to change your mind about stuff, okay?
I would love to tell you what I taught my kids and get your thoughts on that.
No, my love. Actually, because I think you come from a religious upbringing. Am I wrong?
Way wrong. Yeah, no, I'm
Am I?
yeah, oh, so far wrong. Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't put as a mother of two teenage daughters, I actually don't really put much value in the sanctity of virginity at all. I think that that's part of the patriarchal construct of men trying to control women's bodies. Only I get
Jennifer,
Yeah.
If I were to rephrase that, it's a teaching that a female's value resides only in her vajayjay, which is below the belly button, but not in her character, which is above the belly button. And I think you and I agree we should never teach women that their value is given to them by other males based on the activity of their vajayjay.
Oh, for sure, for sure. But as a woman myself, and with a high libido, and with two teenage daughters, one with a very low libido and one with a very high libido, I found myself unexpectedly facing some conflicting feelings as a parent when they first started coming into adolescence. As far as there's a part of me that I really had to explore because I'm not religious, and I think saving yourself is for marriage or anything is just silly. Um, and I don't think it's very empowering at all. But I could not get my mind away from the fact that all of that is still focusing on the sexual desires or the libidos of the boy and how she responds to it. And I wanted to speak to my girls intelligently about their libido and their desire for sexual activity. And when that becomes, and this was all triggered when my 8-year-old was on a tablet and I checked her search history and I saw her typing in things like PEENUS, trying to figure out if she didn't know how to spell yet. But she was curious and she was looking into these things and she was starting to explore with the girl across the street. And so I sat her down one day and I said, "Listen, this is not about religion. This is not about saving your virginity. This is none of that." And I talked to her on a biological level. I said, "Listen, on a biological reproductive level, we are designed as mammals to develop emotional bonds with people that we interact with on a sexual level, and that as a young child, I said it's the same reason that we let grown-ups drink alcohol, but we don't let children drink alcohol because you have not." At the last minute, I came up with this analogy, and I said, "You're like a little sapling tree. Your trunk is very bendy and your roots are very shallow, and some big emotional impact, like a sexual experience that bonds you emotionally to somebody, and you don't understand those emotions, and it's all very intense. That's going to bend your trunk. It's going to rip your roots out. You're going to lose your grip on who you are as a person and who you want to be, and your own sense of self and your own sense of self-worth." I said, "But if you," and I said, "and your parents are like the two stakes you put next to a sapling tree when you plant them. They hold you upright until you're ready to hold up yourself." I said, "Once your roots are deep enough, meaning that you have a good enough grip on who you are as a person, independent of others, and your trunk is strong enough, meaning that you feel solid enough to not let somebody else come along and just push you over." I said, "Then you can start exploring all of these other emotions, and you can start exploring these other physical activities, because they do come with very intense emotions, and that's a built-in biological function."
Jennifer,
Yeah.
it's I understand you saying that to an 8-year-old because you do want to kind of start touching in on the consequences of having sex with the wrong person. But just
No,
between
having sex with anyone, even if
no, just
they,
not, no, oh, no, my love. I've had many one-offs that I'm not emotionally attached to.
as an adult,
Right.
because you've completely developed, your brain is finished developing.
Even
So
as a teenager, I had sex when I was 19 with a man, and it was one time, and I never wanted to be with him. Like, I didn't feel bad about it, but I wasn't attached to him in any way.
So
I agree. When I was 19, sexual activity was very, very,
Right. But
very
my
different from when
brain wasn't fully developed then.
I know, but
So,
it was very different from when I was 14.
well, I mean,
so
Chantel,
And
I
that's what I'm speaking to.
have to like I'm just kind of, and I'm just kind of interjecting this for the rest of the audience because I don't want to leave the impression that I agree that having sex one time with somebody means you're going to bond with them.
No, I don't think that it means that you're going to bond with them. And you're right. I use that term a little loosely.
Say you want to warn her of the dangers of
Maybe
making.
dating, sorry, Chantal, maybe dating 101 would be good for her daughters too, because it teaches boundaries and all of it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and that's what we went with is I said all these feelings it's I don't know. I'm a 50-year-old woman. I was married for 20 years. I was 100% faithful for that 20 years. I left him in 2021, and so after 20 years, I was let out of a cage. I had a pretty good time. I had a lot of casual sex. I'm not gonna lie, it was a lot of fun. Um,
I guess my point is that there's nothing you can do to stop your children when they're ready to explore their sexuality. You can't stop them from doing that, and you can't stop them from whatever emotions they will or will not have. But you can prepare them and teach them consent and teach them how to say no and teach them how to take back consent if they want. So that's why I was mentioning Chantel's book, Dating 101. She wrote it specifically for these situations
oh,
for
it's a
teenagers.
book.
I wrote a book for teens, my love. I wrote a dating book for teens, and I wrote it in the style of a textbook for a high school for sex ed. So I touch on a lot of stuff in this book. I teach them how to calm their mental health. I teach them meditation. I teach them why meditation is important. I teach them 12 character traits to look for when you're looking for a partner. 12 character traits is somebody who's making the right decisions. So they have a good mindset, a healthy mindset, and it shows in the decisions that they make. I teach them how to discern people that are attempting to pressure them and how to push that off and like keep it at bay so that they're not pressured into doing things they're not ready to do.
What about what does your book say about girls who want to act on their own urges as opposed to talking to
What I
them about how to deal with the boys' urges?
I teach them that we have a fertility cycle that is not 24/7, but males have a fertility cycle that is 24/7, which is why they're so eager, which is why they pressure, which is why they push, which is why they demand.
What about
So
her desire to be with a man or be with
yeah,
the
and
man?
so what I told you in the beginning, I teach them to play it out in their imagination, including playing out how they think and feel afterwards. And then if they feel they're going to be okay, if they're not afraid in their mind, and if they have high self-esteem after having done it instead of low self-esteem, if they feel after having thought it out, they still want to do it, then it's okay to do it. Do so safely. I teach safe sex as well, of course. Do so safely. And if you change your mind, how to get yourself out of there, how to put a stop to it.
I just remember, I think that all makes sense. And I agree with 100% of what you're talking about teaching. There's just there's an aspect that I'm not sure is being addressed, and I'm only speaking as a woman who is once a young teenager myself. And I go through, and maybe this was just my own personal circumstance, but
What do you feel is the aspect that isn't being addressed?
um when I remember when I was, and quite frankly when I was newly divorced too. I in fact I had one guy that I was sleeping with casually. He
I'm
flat
sorry
out
to
told me,
interrupt, but without the storytelling, can you just answer the question? Just because we do want to move along in the conversation.
yeah, uh, uh, the sexual urges in a woman can be blinding, just like they can be in a man. I mean, the old joke is that the guy is super interested until he finishes, and then suddenly he feels guilty and doesn't want to be with her anymore. And I've had that experience with men where I was super interested, and I think that that's the kind of thing that should also be expressed to women. I'm not sure that playing it
Yes.
out in your imagination would necessarily lead to that, because I think you'd be blinded by your own
Jennifer,
urges. You know what I mean?
I understand that, Jennifer. So I do teach them the difference between using sexuality in an exploratory way. And I emphasize that when you were doing that, to not repeat the behavior after the experience with this person that you haven't selected as a human to be in your inner circle. I help them
Gotcha.
understand the distinction of what to look for in terms of an experience that is short term and what to look for in terms of a person to keep in your environment. And so I teach them that when you turn a situationship or an experience into a repeat pattern, that's when you start to fall for them, because the kissing and the sex fools your brain into thinking you've done a mate select.
Yes, exactly. Okay, that makes perfect sense now. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna log off and let somebody else talk now. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. I hope you get my book Dating 101 for your daughters. What I recommend you do as a parent is you read through it first. And if you feel there's some chapters in there you think they're not ready for yet, I always respect your parenting guidelines. I'm not here to step on your toes ever. So I have an introduction written specifically for you, instructing you to read this book and find the chapters. If they're not ready for the whole book yet, select the chapters you feel they're ready for. Sit with them once a week, once every other week. Pick a chapter or two. My chapters are very short and sweet in all of my books, because all of my books are very easy to digest. So pick a chapter or two. They're only maybe 2, 3, 4 pages long. Read them together. Have a discussion about what you read and educate them.
Okay, I will. I'll check it out. Thank you.
You're welcome. There's a link in my bio for paperbacks on Amazon, okay?
Okay,
Yes, my love. Let me know how it goes.
I will.
Yes. Thank you, my lovely.
Chantel, I will say for the bops in the chat who are losing it because you don't have your ring on while you're on vacation in Nicaragua, guys, she's been with her husband for 20 years. She wanted to leave her ring, her very expensive, beautiful ring at home, safe, where it's going to be safe and she won't lose it. Just because someone's not wearing a ring doesn't mean they're not married. And even if she wasn't, she's been in a long-term relationship with this man for 20 years. So
Yeah. So this right here is my main account. On my main account, I have pinned TikToks. And a couple of those pinned TikToks actually show my husband. So if you want to see the lovely man who's been sending me pictures of my dogs while I'm on vacation because I'm begging, show me the puppies. Go ahead and see him. He's amazing. We've been together, like, I met him in around 2004. We committed in 2006. We've been married since 2011, I believe. 11 or 12, something like that. He's my best friend. He's my best friend. I admire him. He's the most amazing human being I've ever known. I absolutely adore him. We share physical affection as a love language. I cannot get enough of his touches and kisses. Been together for almost 20 years, and I am still infatuated with this man. So if you want what I have, long-lasting, happy, functional, close, intimate, affectionate, communicative relationship. We haven't had a fight or argument in 9 years because I do practice what I preach, which is picking the right person for a long-term relationship and then choosing the right behaviors to be a healthy long-term partner. Yes, click. You want to see him. Of course you want to see my man. He's amazing. You want to see him. Click on this, my main profile. Go take a look in my pinned TikToks. Don't stay here and keep repeating you want to see him. Dude, if I see you write one more comment, I'm going to remove you for being boring when I gave you instructions. And by
he's straight. He's not interested in you guys. I don't know if you want to see him so bad, but he's straight. They are monogamous. They're not interested in other people.
Weirdos, I'm blocking weirdos who are obsessing over my husband right now. There we go. Block, delete, cleanse, remove. Ladies, always remove the losers from your life. Always remove the losers. You just instantly block and delete losers. right? You get rid of them. They don't belong around you. You have better things to do than allow garbage to fester and stink up in your environment. Firm believer in compatibility. Yes, body count doesn't matter. When you're ready to pick a long-term partner, use my dating strategy. No kissing, no sex, no sleepovers, no exclusivity, minimum 3 months. Make sure you get my dating book, No More Assholes for Women, The Perfect Play for Men, and use my strategy. It is the best way to ensure you will pick a compatible long-term partner, somebody who loves you more than dysfunction. Hello, UM. What topic are you here for?
You could call me Ireland. UM is just part of a little group I'm in on TikTok.
Okay. Ireland. What topic?
So I only see the one. It says body count doesn't matter, but I hear you guys talking a little bit about relationships and parenting.
Yeah, so I am a life coach. I niche in dating and relationships. If you Google who is Canada's best dating coach, you will see my name probably. So there's a lot that I can talk about, and people will come here and ask me questions like the dating question, or I'm seeing somebody and this is happening. How should I proceed? Or relationships, we're having this kind of disagreement or something. What do I do with this? Or this guy said this to me. What should I do?
Okay.
Yeah, we've talked about skincare, physical health, like drinking salt water. There's a lot we talk about here.
I like that. Well, I have
Yeah.
a question then, if you don't mind.
Yes, 100%.
I have a husband. We've been together since I was 18, and he was 26. So we've been together a very long time. We have 3 beautiful kids. We have a home, everything, right? The only issue I have is he's very, very emotionally absent. He is never, he's gone. Like he's home when he's home, but he's gone. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he just kind of blacks off. I could be talking to him and he will not hear me till I touch him.
What is he doing? Is he watching something?
Yeah.
Is
He's
he
playing on his
on a hub?
Yeah. He's on his phone, like listening.
Playing on his phone?
Yeah, like he'll be listening. There's a story he's listening to right now on one of those stupid apps, you know? So he's listening to this like vampire story and he's so engulfed into the story. It's really fun.
So in order to get his attention, you have to first get his attention, and then he turns his focus onto you, and then what?
Well, for about 2 or 3 seconds, then he looks right back at his phone and tells me he's listening. He's not.
Okay, and do you think he's not hearing? Is he hearing you or is he not hearing you?
He's not hearing me, no.
Like if you ask him to repeat what you said, can he do that because he did hear you or no?
He can repeat a sentence or a word, but he cannot repeat back. Because I'll say, what did you hear? And he'll say, you want to go fishing, let's just say, I don't know. But he'll say, yeah, you want to go fishing. Although I said 50 other things with that. And I explained what's going to happen and how it's going to happen and what his idea is on it. And all I'll get is, yeah, you want to do that? Like, no, that's not the conversation, bro.
And what you wanted from him in that moment was what?
To listen to me, just hear me talk, hear my plan, and give me some feedback on it. Just even if it was simply, I think that's a really cool idea. Let's see if we can make it work next week. But no, I don't even get that. I just get, okay.
So if you speak and then wait for him to speak back, he hasn't heard a question. So he doesn't know necessarily what you want him to say. So when you are...
he says that a lot to me. I don't know what you want me to say.
No, exactly. Because is it because you didn't ask a question? Like you said, la, 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 la. What do you think?
Well, so most of the time we get into an argument at that point because I'm like, why don't you ever listen to me? And I'll start spouting off like, you don't pay attention, you
My
don't
question,
listen, blah, blah, blah.
Can we back it up a little bit?
Yeah.
I'm not clear on this yet. Are you going la, 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 la? What do you think? Are you ending it with a question? You
Yes.
are. And then he says, that's fine, baby?
Yeah.
But you want more words. You wrote a script for him.
Yes, I want him to interact with the conversation, if that makes sense. Like a
Yes.
head nod even or something.
Right. Now, you wrote a script and he's not following the script because when you wrote it, you didn't give him a copy. And so that's what, do you understand?
Yes, I'm hearing you 100%. Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah. So
I have a
let me,
conversation in my head how I want it to go, and then it doesn't go that way.
and the conversation in your head is what we call an expectation. An expectation is a story you create inside your head that disappoints you if it doesn't come true. Now, because it's all happening in your head, he doesn't know what he's supposed to do.
So that's a really big issue with me. My husband says it all the time. He goes, babe, you put expectations on everything. And then when that expectation isn't met, you melt down and you
You're
have a
disappointed.
meltdown. Yeah.
Let me repeat. Let me repeat. An expectation. Do you have pen and paper?
Yes.
Write this down, okay?
Okay. 1 second. Pen, paper. Okay.
All right. An expectation is
Okay.
a story. An expectation is a story. It's a story. An expectation is a story I create in my head that disappoints me if it doesn't come true.
Yes. Very much. Okay.
Yeah.
I get
I
very
have,
not unstable, but I get very, that's it, everything's ruined. I can't have fun anymore because nothing went my way all morning. So now all afternoon is going to be like that. And then the evening's ruined. And I kind of just become very disappointed and just don't want to do anything now.
yes. Define disappointed. I love a dictionary. Sad or displeased because someone or something has failed to fulfill one's hopes or expectations.
Oh,
Expectation
wow.
is a story inside your head. So of course it disappoints you because you created a story, but you didn't give them a copy of the script. And so they failed to say their lines because they didn't get a copy of the script.
So I'm the one that kind of needs some fixing.
You are creating your own negative emotions by failing to communicate your script properly. I can help you with this.
Okay.
Yes. So, men, let me ask you this because I want to get a baseline on your husband. I have a feeling he's a good man, but I just want to confirm that first.
Mhm.
Okay? Would you say that your husband is a good man towards you and your family? He's kind, he's caring, he's generous, he's hardworking, he's responsible.
Yes.
I felt this. I listen. We have like a little surface issue that I think could be fixed so easily, my love.
Okay.
So easily. Yes, and I love this. I love this. So when you give a man who loves you, he loves you more than dysfunction. Would you agree? He loves you more than dysfunction.
Absolutely.
Yes, I know. I get vibes, girl. I get vibes, and I'm really wrong.
He loves
So,
me very much.
yes, he does. He does. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to let him know the script. Okay? This is going to be things. So here's the script. If you need, this is an example. I'm going to start with an example, and then we're going to narrow in on your particular case and give you your script. Okay? But first, I want to just use an example. So a lot of women are disappointed because they don't feel comforted when they need to feel comforted. And the reason is because they're not giving the script. They go to their partner and they vent, and then their partner doesn't do the right thing, and she doesn't feel like this venting was, he's not comforting her, he's not saying or doing the right things.
Yeah.
So when I tell women, when you need comfort, this is what you do. You go to them and you say, baby, I need a moment of your time. I need to just vent, and I need you to just listen but not say anything, not interject. And when I'm done venting, I need you to put your arms around me and tell me everything is going to be okay. Can you do that? So you propose what you need, you get their agreement to do it because consent goes both ways, right?
Okay.
So did you hear how detailed I was with that initial request?
Yes.
I need to then, I need you to not say anything. And when I'm done, I need you to put your arms around me and tell me everything is going to be okay. Now, a man who loves you goes, of course, baby. And so you do your little venting. And then you say, okay, baby, put your arms around me and tell me everything is going to be okay. Notice how I got back into the instructions because I don't expect him to know when I'm done, right?
Okay.
So notice how clear, this is IKEA level instructions, isn't it? Crystal clear, step by step by step. So you start with your request. Can you do this? You get their consent. Yes, I can. Then you do the venting. And when you're done talking, you say, okay, baby, now you put your arms around me, tell me everything's going to be okay. So then they do that and you got your comforting exactly the way you needed it. Would you not walk away feeling comforted after you vented and he put his arms around you, told you everything was going to be okay?
I would feel a lot better.
Exactly. So let's do that with the communication. We're going to give IKEA level instructions. Now, when he's on his device, right? Men need to like detach and then go over here when they're doing something. That's why I asked, is he playing a game? Is he doing a hobby? Is he watching TV? What is he doing? Because I knew he was in a doing mode on a focus on something, and you need to reshift his focus. So you would go to him, and this is how it starts. Baby, right? So baby, and then he's going to go, and he's going to finish the sentence. He's going to go, yeah. And then you say, baby, I want to talk to you for a second about the plans that I'm planning. And I want you to tell me if there's something you want to change or if there's something you really like about this, okay?
Okay.
And then you wait. Notice how you're waiting for him to agree to the script, right?
This is going to help.
It is.
Because I do that to him nonstop. And I'm going to be honest, I'm one of those. I have a conversation in my head and I will start talking to you as if you were in the conversation. I'm not crazy or anything. Don't take it that way. But like, I'll be thinking something and then I'll call someone and I'll be like, and this is it. And they'll be like, Ray, I wasn't in your head. I don't know what you were talking about. I'm like, oh, shoot. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm very much like that. I tend to have this idea and then I want my best friend or my husband or my kids to know what I'm already thinking. Yeah. So I guess
think that's pretty normal too. I do the same thing, girl. Like I have the full conversation in my head and then pick it up with somebody and they're like, wait, what? And this is why Chantel's good at this. She's going to make this easy for you so you can make it easy for him.
Yes. And too, my husband tells me that I get into arguments with him because I make up this scenario in my head and I have this whole conversation in my head. And then I go to him and he says that I'm already mad at him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, babe, that is not true. And he was like, honey, it is. He goes, I was not there. I was not in your dream. I was not in your head. I have no idea what I just did wrong.
So
I'm laughing because it's ridiculous.
Yes. Can I recommend one of my books for you that's going to give you even more tips and tricks to facilitate your relationship and make it even better?
I do like, yeah, absolutely. And I do like that we're having this conversation because now he's not the sole problem, right? And that's most likely why he locks up and why he doesn't get into these conversations with me, because I tend to do what I'm talking about right now. So I do appreciate this conversation because now it can take some of the pressure off my husband being a jerk, because he's necessarily not a jerk. I'm kind of the jerk.
But no, you weren't a jerk on purpose. You just didn't understand what you were doing.
Yeah.
And with
Like
understanding,
yesterday.
and with
Yesterday we were
understanding,
having, oh, sorry.
with understanding comes compassion, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have
Yeah.
compassion for yourself now, and you have compassion for him now, don't you?
Yes. And yesterday I got very angry with him because he didn't do something that I wanted him to do, but I didn't ask him to do it. I expected that he would just do it instead
So
of needing to be asked.
when you feel upset, I want you to grab my book, Fix That Shit. The one with the white cover, hands holding a heart, that's Fix That Shit for women. And if he likes to read, grab him a copy of Fix That Shit for men. Because as amazing as he is, maybe he'll get even better when he reads that book. It's very short and
Okay.
sweet. Fix That Shit for men is straight to the point. Your copy of Fix That Shit has more storytelling. I paint more of a picture for you. Maybe he'll want to read both if he's a voracious reader. He'll love
Okay.
seeing himself in your book and feeling understood. And you could always take your book and go, hey, baby, I read this paragraph here. And I'm like, is this you? Is this actually how you are? And he can discuss this with you, which is going to open up even more communication about how the two of you can function better together.
Okay. I really appreciate that. You said it's the white one with the heart on it, hand heart?
Are you in the U.S.?
Yes.
Okay. In the link in my bio, I think. You might have to go. Oh, shoot. Let me do something. Give me 1 second. I'm going to do something really quick. I'm going to do something really quick. I'm going to bring myself in here. Oh, what is that? There we go. Accept. I'm bringing in my main profile. Okay. So this right here, thank you, my love, is my main profile. In the link in my bio, you're going to see that there's a link to Amazon.com. This goes straight to your Amazon
Okay.
page. It takes you right to my author profile on Amazon. You're going to find the 2 Fix That Shit books there. I recommend you get them both, but at the very least, get yours. Get the one with the white cover and order that and start reading through that and start using the tools that are in there. In the meantime, the next time you feel upset, I want you to ask yourself this question. Write this down. Did I create a story in my head?
Okay.
This is my favorite part of your live, Chantel. When you're helping people stay in relationships. Like, I love when we get people to leave toxic relationships, but I love this. I love
I love
this.
love. I love
Oh, yeah,
love.
because yes, yesterday it got so heated. I put all my stuff in a bag and I went to my car and he called me. He's like, baby, I need you to come back. And I said, no, I told you I'm leaving you, right? He goes, no, you have to come back. And I said, why? He goes, because I have to go to Best Buy and you took the car. I have to go. And I was like, well, I'm not taking you. And he goes, can you just come back? I really need to go. So I came back and then he put me in the car with him. And then he drove around until he was able to talk to me and I was able to calm down.
Yes, love. You know what you should do today? You should go to him and say, baby, I'm really sorry for creating expectations in my mind. I realize that put undue stress on our relationship. The next time I'm going to ask myself, am I creating a story inside my head before I come talk to you, and make sure I'm communicating better.
Thank you. Really, thank you so much.
You're welcome. And then give each other a nice big hug.
I really appreciate. You are amazing, and I'm sure you have more people to help. But I'm following you now, and
Yes.
I'm going to come back to you when you're live because I got lots of things I need help with, girl. I'm a mess over here.
Chantel, will you repeat the 5-second kiss one more time? Because that is important.
Yeah. So another little piece of homework. So your homework is to do that 3-part apology, baby. I'm sorry for creating a story in my head. I realize I put undue strain on our relationship. I'm not going to make expectations anymore before I come to you. I'm going to make sure I communicate better. Give him that beautiful apology. He's gonna go, oh, babe, I love you so much. You love each other so much. I want you to also keep this in mind. Write this down. Minimum 2 kisses a day. Minimum 5 seconds each.
Okay. He does that when I get very, very angry and upset. He makes me kiss him for 5 seconds, and he won't let me go until I kiss him for 5 seconds.
So do you know why you do that 5-second kiss?
He does that to make sure.
So the reason
It
is
releases an endorphin of love in your brain, right?
yes, oxytocin, dopamine, serotonin, phenylethylamine is a kiss chemical that's an aphrodisiac, amphetamine, and antidepressant.
Oh.
Ah, baby girl.
Okay.
Minimum twice a day.
I love you.
I love you back.
You guys are amazing.
Thank you.
I'm glad you have such a good team. I'm gonna be part of your family now, your TikTok family.
I love this. Yay! Everybody give some claps in the comment section because we love this so much. So I
Do
want
you have a subscription? Do you have a subscribe?
I do.
button?
I would recommend you subscribe to this one here because this is my main account. You can subscribe on my YouTube channel. I repost all of my live streams.
Okay. How do I follow it? Is it private? Hang on. It won't let me
Yeah,
follow
and when the
it.
little box pops up at the bottom of the screen, click the actual profile picture on that account, and then you can hit the plus sign.
Okay. There we go. I was like,
So in
sorry.
Ireland, I host a live stream online Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern time for minimum 2 hours to make it easy to come back and find me. Now, my profiles that have a link in bio, that have like a link tree in the bio, there's always going to be a link that has the live stream link. So if I ever change channels, if I ever change platforms, you can always use the link in my bio to find where I am that day.
I love that. You are very on it for us. That's very appreciative.
Yes. I love. Hi, Dio.
Hi everyone. I didn't want to interrupt, but I understanding that it is like goodbyes. So at the same time, I wanted to propose if anyone wants to do NLP, Neuro Linguistic Programming Technique, about this specific thing that people do have a lot, the people who are very imaginative or they think faster than they talk. There is very useful technique that can be done. So if Chantal is not against it, I can do it. Oh, okay. So Ireland and Ripple, you said that you have that too. You can follow instructions, and just doing that might help a lot. So basically, what I need you to do right now, Ireland, is to imagine in front of yourself either something that has screen or something that has like phone or small thing that goes like cassettes that is switching different screens very quickly, or like TikTok when you are scrolling videos. Can you do that?
Okay. Yes.
Yes. So right now we are taking that imagination and putting it like aside. And the second thing that you need to imagine the face of your husband when you every time when you start to talk something in between of your thoughts. I mean, like you had a story in your mind and then you started to talk like halfway through that story and they don't know full story. Can you imagine his face? Typically, you have the same pattern every time when you see that he doesn't understand what you're talking about. Can you imagine that face?
Yes.
Awesome. So right now, imagine on that screen, you are thinking and coming to talk to him and starting to talk in between that story that you had in your head. Do you see that vividly? How you are calming, how you are starting to talk? It's like your thoughts are transferring into speech, and this is slowly evolving in front of your screen that you are imagining.
Okay.
Awesome. And then you need to, all the time when this picture comes up, you immediately either scroll like TikTok to his face, or you scroll, or this like screen flickers to his face. Does it work like that? Can you imagine?
I can.
Awesome. In addition to his face, add the question each time when you see that face, does that person has a full story? You can fill that person with his name. And basically, you need to practice it every day before sleep, like for 5 minutes, or how long can you do that? You will train your brain to be programmed to ask itself if the person understands you and do they have the full story immediately after you see their face telling you that they don't understand you. So emotional reaction to that won't pop up, but thoughts about that will pop up. So that means that you will have an opportunity before the emotional reaction to behave thoughtfully. Does it make sense?
Okay. Yes, it does.
Awesome. Tell me
Thank you.
if you will try that and if it works and if that thought pops up for yourself.
I will definitely try it for sure. I know I'm able to think it, so I will implement it. I appreciate it. And I'm going to give my husband that apology, the 3-part apology.
Yeah.
And
Come back and tell us how it went. Come back and
I will, but I do like, I really do like that you helped me see that, because I was in a victim mentality, right? It's not me, it's him, and he just doesn't communicate right, and I do all the good communicating and he doesn't. But you kind of helped me see, okay, if I change these ways that I communicate, it can tremendously help the way he communicates and also stop a lot of arguments from happening as well.
Yeah. I'd like to point out that you started this conversation saying that your husband is emotionally unplugged. I don't see that at all. I see a man who's very emotionally connected to you and doesn't want you to break that connection from him because he loves you so much.
Yes, I'm kind of probably the one that's a little unemotionally regulated.
Yes, but fix that shit fixes you.
Yes.
It does.
I'm going to get your book.
I was just gonna say, I love that. Chantel does this. People have asked, why is she doing this on vacation? She does this for this reason right here. She does free coaching for a minimum of 2 hours a day, Monday through Friday. Things that people have gone to therapy, couples therapy for years and haven't come to this conclusion, right? That she does in a matter of minutes. But you can, if you want, you can get one-on-one coaching with her. She does offer that, and it's gonna be pricey, but she's effective. You saw how effective she was in just this short amount of time. A coaching session with her, same results. She's looking to get you results, not to keep you coming back. So if you need that option is also available to anyone in the chat. You can check out the link tree in your bio and book a coaching session as well.
I'm going to check it out because I think that would be really good, at least for me. And once we can get me going, if I've traumatized him to the point where he still continues to do the same way, then maybe we can add him in for a session or something. But I think that would be a really good idea because I think that could help a lot of the things that I have going on.
Yeah, I'm here for you, my love, Ireland. I have such a wonderful feeling about you and your husband. And I know all it takes is some minor adjustments and the two of you are humming like a well-oiled machine.
Yes, and I think disappointment runs my life. So the fact that you said that, if you ask me how many times I'm disappointed a week or a holiday or anything like that, my husband knows that I am going to snap either on the holiday or the day before. And so he'll talk to me the night before if I don't freak out about anything. He'll say, "Babe, now let's not pick a fight tomorrow, okay?" I don't pick fights. What are you talking about? No, let's not fight tomorrow. I know you're going to be high stress because it's a holiday. Let me know what I can do to help, but let's not have a blow up. And so when I do blow up the next day, because I think I won't, but I do, because I'm stressed out and I am disappointed, because I have so many expectations of the day, he will not fight me back. He'll just kind of be quiet. And then I'll be like, "Why aren't you saying anything?" Because he said, "Because if I open my mouth right now, you will twist anything I say." So we're just going to let you yell and then be done. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I do need retraining.
I'm here for you. I needed to, my husband, very much like yours, my husband is stable. My husband is stable. And I had to learn to adjust myself by taking control of my thoughts, my emotions, and my behaviors.
Got it. Yeah, I need that. So we're going to do some one-on-ones. I don't care the price. I'll have my husband pay for it.
There you go. Oh, he's going to love me
He
for
will
it.
appreciate it. But I'm going to actually call him right now, and I'm going to let him know that I've been the problem, and I appreciate his kindness toward it. And I am definitely going to apologize to him for not giving him a script. So I'm going to definitely call him. He should be happy. But I follow you on both your accounts right now. And I will go to your link tree and I will schedule a session with you, because I think just in these minutes, like you said, I have made a lot of like profound things about myself. So I will implement those, and then we can just find more things to implement and better things, and my husband will have some peace and happiness.
Let's do this. I'm here for it.
All right.
And fix that shit. Go ahead and fix that shit, because
Yeah.
there's a lot of good stuff you're gonna. I've read it. I'm not even in a relationship, and I've read it, and I found it incredibly helpful.
You know, and my marriage is not something I ever want to throw away. I have a beautiful marriage, but I get so angry, and I think I kind of say it to hurt him because I feel hurt. So if I say I'm leaving you and I pack my stuff up, I know it will hurt his feelings. So I do that sometimes to have him fight for me a little bit because I'm feeling unloved or I feel disconnected. And I think that might be a me problem too. So we got lots of work, girl.
I'm here for you, my love. No more dysfunctional ways of seeking comfort.
Okay. Yeah, because that was dysfunctional. Yeah.
I got you.
I kind of hurt him yesterday just to get him to comfort me. So I appreciate you a lot.
I appreciate you too, my love. This is very rewarding to me.
It is. And I appreciate you. And because you are helping me, I have no problem with paying for your time as well, because if you can, like you said, do this for free, then I can pay you for more help. So thank you.
I appreciate it.
Have a great and awesome day, guys. You're amazing.
Yes, you too, lovely.
All right. Bye.
And she is amazing. She's amazing for having an open mind. You're amazing for having an open mind. You're amazing for hearing what I say, hearing it. You're amazing for having chosen such an incredible man. You are amazing for being willing to do the work, to get yourself to the place, to meet him in functionality. This is wonderful, and I love this.
It really is, Chantal. Like, this just made my whole day because this is why I come here every day and I support you, is because of you are bettering people's lives. And it just takes people having an open mind. Like you said, when she first came in, it was, he does this, he does that. You know, she felt very hurt by him. And then within minutes, just from listening to you, she was like, wait a second, maybe I can change some things and get better results from him. And it really is that easy. Like, Chantal makes it so easy. And that's why I just love you and I support what you do. And this is why there's a documentary being made about Chantel and what she does, guys. I don't know if anyone knows this in the chat, but the Evolution Revolution is coming out at the beginning of 2026. This pre-screening for it is going to be at Niagara Falls, October 25th. There are limited tickets to actually go to that event. However, you can join virtually, get a ticket and join virtually as well. But this is why the documentary is being made about her, because this right here, that exchange we just had.
Yeah. So we are more than halfway sold through for the Niagara Falls event. I'm hosting 50 people for this beautiful 10-year celebration. It is a full day event, and I'm creating a magical bubble that day to celebrate the success that I've achieved. 10-year plan to overnight success has fallen into place. If you Google who is Canada's best dating coach, it's me. I've worked hard to show you what's in here. I did not buy a piece of paper from a for-profit institution that said, trust me, bro. I decided to put my work into books, put my work into videos, put my work into my live streams, and let you decide for yourself if what I said was good for you. And because of all of this work, I am now Canada's best dating coach. And I'm proud of everything that we together have accomplished. I'm proud of all the lives that have changed. I'm proud of all the people who got their freedom away from toxic, abusive people. I'm proud of all the people who've chosen great partners after that because of what they learned from me. I'm proud of all the people that have these beautiful, no fight, no argument, best friend relationships with their long-term partners. This has been a long time in the making. This has been a lifetime in the making. And on October 25th, I am celebrating this. And for 50 people, we are celebrating it together in person. And for whoever else who joins virtually, you're going to get to take part in this day. You can do the meditation with us. We're going to give you a view of the falls, a view of the room, a view of me. I want to set up multiple cameras so that when you join us in the Zoom room, you can flip back and forth and look at whatever you want to look at. What else? We have a dance party at the end of the day. It's really cute because I'm with Taylor for this week, like 12, 13 days we're together and she's playing music. I'm like, oh, I want that one too. So it's just, I'm already in the day and it's already such an amazing, incredible, like I just think about it right now and I just got this incredible warm feeling. I have bawled and like, I have already bawled at the magic we're creating that day, the closeness, the warmth, the love, the manifestation, the growth, the enhancement, and then the fun and the joy.
If you guys are familiar with Hope with Holly, she's going to be there, which is going to be really cool. I'm excited for that too. I've been following her for almost as long as I've been following you, maybe longer. I may have found you through her actually, but she's going to be there and they're going to have a live panel as well.
Yes. Yeah. So Hope with Holly is my guest speaker. Hope with Holly has been following my methodology for quite a while now. And I can't wait to meet her in person. Like, we have developed not only a coach-client relationship, but we just like with all of you, Ripple, we've developed this kinship. And I can't wait to see her in Niagara Falls. Guys, there's a link to the filmmaker for the documentary being made about me if you want to join their mailing list. There will be a pre-screening, like a 20-minute pre-screening of the documentary, a special edit of the documentary just for that day that we're going to see. I'm going to see that for the first time. This is not my documentary. It's a documentary being made about me. So we're all going to see this for the first time. The crew is going to be there. They'll be getting additional footage. They're going to wrap up the film entering 2026. And then the film should be completed in 2026. So if you're on the mailing list, you will know when the film is completed.
That's Dreadzone. Dreadzone's right. It is going to be on the Canadian side, which is, in my opinion, the better view.
Yeah, the Canadian side, my loves. So get a cheap flight to Buffalo. Rent a car, cross the border. Come join me in Niagara Falls. Hi, Dren.
Hello. Hello. Ireland has an update.
You have an update. Come in, my love. She's back. Miss Ireland.
Hello, I have an update already.
Tell me more.
So I called husband and I said, hey, I really would like to apologize about yesterday, the actions I took and how I spoke to you, and that I put an expectation on you that you had no idea about, and actions that I wanted you to take, but that you didn't, and it wasn't your fault because I told you, I didn't tell you what actions I needed. And he goes, well, I'd like to apologize for the actions I did take yesterday. And because I was sad about some things he did, because he was crabby. But that was his response back to me. And he said, baby, I love you. And he's like, I got to go. I'm at work. I said, okay.
How do you
So
feel?
I feel very good, but I can guarantee a weight's been lifted off of his shoulders.
What about yours?
I do feel very good. It's a anger that I don't have to sit with anymore.
Yeah. So are you saying it's the opposite of anger now?
I feel very euphoric
Ah,
in a way.
that's
I
what
do.
I'm talking about. Yes.
I do. I feel like I could fly right now. For some reason, it's just my heart is fluttering and I got butterflies in my belly.
I would translate that. I would text and go, baby, I love you so much.
Okay.
I
I do. I'll tell him he gave me butterflies.
Yes. Oh, I love this. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm smiling so big I have tears in my eyes. That is so funny how effective communication like that can just change your whole entire state of being, state of mind.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes,
And
it
it's
is.
gonna. I was just gonna say it's gonna be a process, but just you're ready. You're both ready for that, right? You're both ready to make it better. And it sounds like it's already good. Like you have the love, you have the commitment to one another, you have the desire to please each other. Uh, so it's only gonna get better. And like Chantel said, keep coming back. If there's days where you're struggling, she can really help put it back in perspective for you. So keep coming back.
And I love hearing that because instead of him saying, thank you for apologizing, yeah, it was really crazy yesterday, he didn't even acknowledge my behavior. He instantly said sorry for his own behavior. And he instantly forgave me.
Of course. Because he loves you
Because
more
that
than
is the man I have. Yes, he loves me more than himself, and I the same. And so I wanted to maybe mute and kind of stay on with you, or do you need the boxes open?
No, go ahead. Stay on, my love. All fine.
And I'll tap the screen. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. All right, let's bring the next one in. I hope the background noise isn't too distracting, you guys. I'm sorry.
It's actually it's not bad at all. It's nature, so it's good. It's not like loud city noises.
All right.
And for those just tuning in at home, she is a top Google search, as I portrayed in my box briefly.
Mr. Jessom. It's tropical birds. Body count does not matter to the people who practice logic and stick to facts.
I'm gonna just disconnect Gladiator. Gladiator, you're gonna try again. You're not loading in.
Yeah. It's back. Background and it's low. Okay. All right. Oh yeah. I don't think males really understand what emotions are. It's kind of funny, but whatever. Ladies, if they don't know how to properly identify emotions, just block and delete them. There's no point wasting your time with somebody who's so dysfunctional they can't properly identify simple emotions. Happy Pride. Watch this, ladies. Everybody look at Tune for the block, delete, cleanse, remove. That's what you do. right? When they can't identify proper emotions, they don't listen to what you say, they just want to be demeaning and insulting. Block, delete, cleanse, remove. You don't bother with them. We don't think about them a second longer. We carry on with our goals, our ambitions, our work ethic, our financial responsibility, what we want to do, our well-being, our mental health. We focus on our friends, the people who actually love and care about us. But people who don't like you, don't respect you, there's no reason to keep them around you. You simply block and delete them.
No, Ireland, the way that Fix That Shit was birthed and how she wrote it was because she did this herself. So you're definitely not alone. Chantel was the emotional leader in her relationship and did the exact same thing you're doing, where she fixed herself and then saw her husband respond accordingly to that.
Yes. I was
Absolutely.
exactly what you're doing, my love, which is like, he's not giving me what I need. And I was like, outward focus, outward focus. And then I started addressing my thoughts, my emotions, and taking control of my thoughts and emotions, and also controlling my behaviors. There's so much you're going to learn in that book, my love. For example, choosing silence before speaking and then gauging what it is and making sure that you are choosing functionality always first and foremost.
Would you recommend journaling? Like when I get really angry, maybe journaling it before I say something?
That's a tricky question because I don't recommend just vomiting your anger and like putting more coal to the fire. I recommend
Yeah, it might escalate.
exactly, right? So instead of like, this is why I'm like the thing is, before you came to me, you felt righteous in your anger. So I don't recommend just going to journaling in a righteous anger because you're just going to fuel your anger. I recommend what I call redirecting. I'm angry. How am I going to deal with my anger? Not this is what I'm angry about. I'm angry. How am I going to deal with this? So what's the logic? Where's my mind? Is it in my imagination or is it grounded in reality? Am I assessing reality or am I thinking about things that aren't happening? Did I create an expectation? Is that why I'm feeling this way? So gauging the source of the anger and then dealing with that in a functional way, which is what I teach you to do.
Oh, I wish you had like a workbook.
I have workbooks.
Do you have a workbook?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
I
I have
want a workbook.
11 books and 3 workbooks. Yes.
Okay.
I have, listen, if you have kids, I got books for your kids.
I got 3. They're all different ages too. I got 16, which is one, 12, which is the other group, and then I have a 5, but he's autistic, so he wouldn't be able to do a book. But the other 2, I literally have all 3 children, all 3 age ranges, because I waited. Now I kind of regret it because now we can't do something as a family at one place. We have to go to multiple different places. But I would love to, at least for my 16-year-old, because she needs some like self-love kind of stuff. She's beautiful, but she's got a lot of stuff going on.
Oh, okay. So for her, I recommend 2 books. Dating 101. And as a parent, I want you to go through it first. I wrote an introduction specifically for you. Read that. And the Glow Up Journal is a writing, like it's a writing and doing journey over the course of 60 days to biohack your body in a way that increases your self-esteem at an expedited pace. And
So
I'm doing that today. I'm gonna buy it today.
would you say, Chantel, to not just get the Fix That Shit workbook, but definitely get the book?
Start with the book. I really feel you need to start with the book and get a clear picture of what it is that I'm teaching you. And I do recommend if you have any kids with low self-esteem, get them the Glow Up Journal to do that journey. I've had other parents come here before, so they bought it for their teens and they've seen a difference in them as they're doing the journey. Less self-doubt, less negative self-statements. Yeah, so
I might even get that. I might even get that for me, to be honest with you. I have a lot of self-esteem issues and I have a lot of stuff going on. I've had a very hard life and a childhood and not much of one. So honestly, I might end up doing each one of your books one at a time. Like I might even just do that because you are really making me love my life right now. I'm not even lying to you.
Yes.
I'm
That's
so
awesome.
happy I stumbled upon your page.
It's meant to be.
And I
Meant to
usually
be.
don't come in stuff like this, right? When I saw your title, I usually try to avoid anything that's going to cause any type of controversy in a way. But when I heard you talking, there was something about you that I liked. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to come in here and see what's going on. And then you instantly, like, no, we don't have to talk about that. We can talk about you and what you're going through and how we can help you. And I'm like, okay, I'm here for it.
Yes.
Chantel,
I
Dreadzone brought up a good point. He mentioned meditation. I don't know if you want to touch on that.
well, she's when she starts into the book, she's going to see that the first step is meditation. So like I choose science, and meditation is backed by science. So Harvard did a study. They had people come in, do an MRI scan, meditate for 8 weeks, come back, do another MRI scan. When the researchers looked at the two scans side by side, they saw that the brain changed shape in two places. The amygdala, which is fight or flight, shrank in size. Fight or flight is stress, fear, and anxiety. All of my books start with instructions on how to start meditating, because when you start with that and then you layer other behaviors on top, the meditation practice facilitates everything else you're going to do. And my angle is always to be efficient and effective. So I use science with what it is that I do. There's a lot of spirit, there's a lot of humanity, but it's all backed by science.
It was
And Sean,
just go ahead.
Ripple?
I don't want to disrupt
Go
your
ahead,
thoughts.
babe.
Sorry. Okay. Well, I was just going to say,
No, go
Chantel
ahead.
does a great.
Okay, Ripple first and then Ireland.
Chantel does a great analogy where she talks about how meditation, if you have a glass full of water, meditation is like dumping that water out, and then it allows you to kind of go through the day without overflowing that cup with stress.
Ah, I like
I
it.
used to
So,
meditate for 1 hour a day.
oh wow, that's hopefully I could
Ireland?
get there.
No, so here's what I teach you, because I always understand that life is busy, people are busy, you're parenting, right? So I start you off on 20 minutes a day to create change, and then 10 minutes a day to maintain.
Perfect.
I make everything easy,
So
my love.
I like, yeah, I love what you said about the anxiety, because just a quick disclaimer, I have just recently come out of a bout of severe depression and a constant state of fight or flight for 3 months straight. I've been in and out of the hospital. My kidney shut down. My brain was on constant intrusive thought mode. I didn't eat or drink anything for 6 days, but I was drinking most of the time. But my eating, I lost almost 67 pounds in that time. And I just started drinking Ensures and kind of eating a little bit and kind of get my brain back to normal. And I just got out of fight or flight probably a week ago. So I like what you're saying, because now that I'm out of the fight or flight, I can probably maintain better. I just couldn't sit still enough because everybody kept telling me to meditate. And I'm like, I can't sit still, guys. I move till I fall asleep.
You're right.
So I like that. Thank you. Thank you.
And another thing that Chantal, you talk about is how that's okay. Like the point is to bring your attention back, bring your focus back. And if you do it 10 times, 50 times in 20 minutes, that's still better than not doing it at all.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I make meditation easy. I debunk what people tell you meditation is supposed to do, and I reteach you how to do it in a much better and easier way. Emily, what did you want to say, my love? Hi, beautiful.
Hello.
Hello.
I just wanted to give the guest down below me some visuals of your books, so she knows what to look for. Yeah. So this is her dating 101 for teens, and that's her name down there if you can read that.
Awesome.
This is Fix That Shit for Women. I love this book. This is amazing. And Glow Up Journal. I'm working on this one currently.
Oh, you're gonna do it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm getting it today. Like I'm going to get it today.
Good for you. Yay. I'm so excited for you.
And she said the Amazon link is right there, so I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Great.
My
Awesome.
main account is here. If I'm not sure if this account has that particular link, I should probably switch it to my link tree. But if this account doesn't have a link tree, click on this account here. Definitely there's a link tree at the top with a link straight to my Amazon page. You won't regret it. I have a lot of readers here, my love, and this is a wonderful community. You're going to love it every time you come back here.
The books she has for men are fantastic reads.
I have 2 specifically for men. Yeah. Reader.
Know those, Dread Zone? Or are you at work right now?
Fix That Shit and The Perfect Play. I'm rereading both of them right now.
I love that.
Love this. I've been getting rid of the toxic ones this morning myself. Isn't it interesting how when we don't allow toxicity, the numbers significantly go down, showing you that there's so many males who want to coerce and convince you that you're controlled by them, but the moment you're talking about functionality, they lose interest.
You tell those wayward sons to carry on, and there'll be peace when they are gone.
It is peaceful, isn't it? We control our environment. That's right. We control our environment, Sin Shops. That's right. Nobody controls us. Krista, you can also buy her books when you join the mailing list on evolutionrevolutionfilm.com. Ireland, there's a movie being made about me. The filmmaker is here. She's in San Francisco. And she's creating a documentary. She's a documentary filmmaker. She is a visual storyteller. She has been collecting stories since last year about me to create a documentary. She even came and spent almost a week at my house to get kind of, me in the raw. I'm hosting a 10-year anniversary on October 25th in Niagara Falls, Canada. And she's going to be doing a special screening of the film there, a 20-minute version. She'll be there with her crew, catching some more footage as well. We want to change the world. We want to create a wealth of healthy relationships. I want to help people choose the right person for a long-term relationship. The right person is somebody who loves us more than dysfunction. And I want to teach people to be functional, because the ultimate goal is a 0 fight, 0 argument relationship. Fighting is an escalation into chaos. It's not called a bar argument, it's called a bar fight because of the chaotic behaviors like yelling, throwing things, slamming things, just the chaos. And then an argument is a lack of acceptance. You're wrong until you change, and until you change, I keep bringing this up because you're wrong until you change. That is an argument. When we have the right partner and we are in the right mindset, there is no fights, there is no argument. There will of course be some disagreements because we are individuals, but a disagreement is, oh, you think this and I think this, okay. And we go on with our day, accepting each other's right to have our own thoughts and opinions and individuality, even in the relationship. And if there's something about them that you need to change in order to accept them, you're not responsible enough, you're not hardworking enough, you're not conscientious, you're not diligent with your behaviors, you're not consistent. You say you're going to do something, you do it for a bit, but then the behavior drops off. You're wrong until you change. I need you to change. You may be with the wrong person. So what I help people understand, for instance, with you, when you come to me saying he's wrong, I like to get to the bottom of it, and I like to figure out, did you make a wrong selection, or are you in the wrong mindset?
In the wrong mindset.
In this case,
Now-
and I knew this. I knew this when you started talking. I could tell right away.
I just bought the Glow Up for me and my daughter. It'll be here June 25th, but I can't find the book you guys are talking about. It's called The Book.
Fix That Shit. It's called Fix That Shit.
Oh, okay. So
Did you click on the link and you're on my author page?
yes,
So look for the book that says Fix That Shit with the white cover.
with the white cover with the two people holding hands, or the one with the heart.
Yeah.
Okay.
So can you turn your camera on? Can you show me what you're looking at?
I have to go in and out of your thing, but I can see.
So just look at the title. It says Fix That Shit. That one's yours. And then there's also Fix That Shit for Men. She might be looking, I don't know if her Amazon is showing her an old version of the cover or not, because the older version is a brown cover with two hands like this, and that's still Fix That Shit for Women. I redesigned the cover. So I don't know if you're looking at the white cover with the heart and the two hands on either side of the heart. Watch this guy disappear, ladies, because we always block these dysfunctional males. Block, delete, cleanse, remove. They don't exist, right? They don't exist. We instantly remove dysfunctional people, and then we don't think about them again because they simply don't exist for us.
Plus, for those that are still here and you have Carry On My Wayward Son stuck in your head, you're welcome, and I make no apology.
Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are gone. Fizzle, fizzle. Fizzle, fizzle. It's called natural selection, my boys. Natural selection means you die off. Fizzle, fizzle.
I'm excited for the ripple effects that Ireland's going to have in her home, like, you know, creating a even better, solid, more functional relationship between her and her husband is going to have a better impact on the children in the home. And I'm not saying that the children are experiencing a bad home life at all. I'm just saying good can get better.
Yes. Yeah. I agree, my love.
Have to do this.
Yeah. Glad is back. I think. Maybe not.
Sorry, yeah. So when I left your live, it kicked me out. I just ordered it. It was the two hands with the heart in the middle. I just ordered that, and then I'm gonna wait till I get paid on Friday to buy the workbook, because the workbook is a little bit more expensive. So I'm gonna get the workbook on Friday, and so I'll do the workbook with it. I'm so excited. So the other book will be here on the 25th as well.
I
Now,
love this.
I think I paid for an ebook though. I don't know. I tried to find a hard copy, but I think it gave me an ebook. But regardless, I'm still going to have it. So. So I might get that one instantly. I'm excited. Thank you so much. And it will. Then the kids don't have to deal with me and him fighting. They don't have to hear me say nasty things, or they don't have to hear me react because I'm angry. It can help my reactions, and then they can start arguing healthily as well, or discussing healthily as well.
Yes. Monkey see, monkey do. And I'm all about creating functional human beings, and it starts with the parents. Because what the children witness is what they're going to repeat or what they're going to tolerate. It's who they're going to be, or it's who they're going to accept. So if it's functional, they will only be and accept functional. If it's dysfunctional, they will seek dysfunction because it is their familiar. So how you are behaving in the home either sets them up for success or failure.
Yes.
So I'm all about efficient and effective. You think I'm focusing on you? I'm focusing on the next generation by starting with you.
Yes. Because they don't like it. They don't like when I argue with him. And he doesn't tend to really argue back with me. Then I get mad because he's not saying anything. And then it turns into 25 minutes of me just yelling. And then he eventually hugs me and kisses me and tells me to stop.
We're going to fix that, my love.
We are. And I really appreciate it.
was gonna say, and you're gonna fix it on all levels, right? Like the meditation is gonna help you to be able to handle the stress without all of the big emotions. But it's also, you're human, right? You're gonna have emotions. Emotions are gonna happen, and that's okay. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to have these emotions, but your behaviors are a choice. So by reducing the big emotions through meditation, that's helpful, but also teaching you how to deal with those big emotions when they come up in a functional way.
And I
Instead of
need that.
making that everyone's problem, you can deal with it on your own.
And you have no idea how much I need that, because I came in saying, like Chantel said, I came in saying that my husband was emotionally absent and emotionally immature. And come to think about it, I think I'm the one that's kind of emotionally immature, and that's why he locks up, because he doesn't want to say something that's going to get him in more trouble. He doesn't want to say anything. He's hoping that I stop, calm down, and he can move through his day instead of having an even bigger fight, because as soon as he says something, I'm going to critique it. He said fighting with me is like he needs a lawyer present when he fights with me, he says. So he doesn't
no more
like
fights, my love.
Yeah, I am very excited about this transformation, and I am going to think, is this reality? Is this all in my head? Is this an expectation? Did I expect him to do something that he had no idea about? And I'm going to say those things before I react to him or get mad at him.
Yes. Perfect. Love this. Keep us posted.
I'm excited. Okay, go to the next person. I'm sorry.
No problem. I love you.
Is this real life? Is it fantasy?
Real life. 100% real life. This is truly real.
What's up, everybody?
Hi, Glenn. What
Hey.
topic are you here for?
Hey, what's up? Sorry if I wasn't there earlier.
Okay, my love. What topic are you here for?
Body count doesn't matter.
Okay, so I would like to let you know that I am discussing this in a very specific debate fashion, which is facts over feelings. We're not discussing this in an individualized way, because I'm not here to change you or your mind in any way, shape, or form. You're not the topic. No. I think I feel my pain and my experience. That's none of my business. I'm not here to listen to that. I'm not conducting a therapy session. So only this in a factual or scientific way. A factual would be like this. Would you agree this is a cell phone?
Rock solid phone, yeah.
Yeah.
What are its pronouns? I'm playing.
I don't think you're here to have an actual discussion, so I'm gonna let you go, okay?
Saw it coming.
Yeah, I don't understand.
He was coming in with an argument.
Or just silliness.
Yeah.
You look at the comment. So I want everybody to look at the comment. I want you to understand that 100% of the people who say body count matters are abusive. You will see that 100% of the time. 100% of them are abusive. 100% of them do not take responsibility for their thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. 100% of them are toxic. And if you instantly block and delete them, you avoid another abusive person, just like that. So if somebody asks you what your body count is, instant block and delete. They ask you over text, instant block and delete. They ask you on the phone, hang up, block, delete. They ask you over FaceTime, hang up, block, delete. You're on a date. I need to go to the bathroom. You grab your purse, you walk out, you get in your car, you drive away, and then you block and delete. Unless you want somebody abusive, because that's what you're going to get. If he has to control you before he met you, he's controlling. If he's insecure about who you had before him, you're going to suffer his insecurity via false accusations, which is abuse, because there's no difference between somebody who does this and you go to defend yourself and somebody who makes a false accusation and you defend yourself. We do not deal with abusers. If he makes a false accusation, you block and delete him. We're not here for people who are not grounded in reality. We're not here for people who don't understand testing from the doctor for STDs. These people are spreaders. They don't ask for testing from the doctor. They ask you what your number is, make up a story in their head because they're dysfunctional, delusional, and mentally ill, believe their own storytelling, give themselves emotions, and then attempt to make it your responsibility to deal with their imagination and emotions. That's not your job because you didn't sign up to be a therapist or a mommy. So just block and delete them.
Emery says, of course, past matters. Emery, what someone did consensually and sexually in their past has nothing to do with me in the present. It's very egotistical for you to make that about you.
So block, delete, cleanse, remove. We ask for numbers in testing. The number gets you blocked and deleted. Who I did before you was not about you, but you want to be so egotistical, I'll block you because I didn't write egotistical on what I'm looking for in a long-term partner. He goes, sure it does. Watch me block and delete. Everybody see Emery. Block, delete, cleanse, remove. They can think whatever they want. We don't care. We remove them. They can feel whatever they want. We don't care. We remove them because we control our environment. And when I identify somebody who's toxic, controlling, stuck in the past, PP obsessed, I go, goodbye. You don't belong here. So I removed you. Just spreading the gospel, that's a block, delete, cleanse, remove. Block, delete, cleanse, remove. What they think and feel doesn't matter. Controlling a country, block, delete, cleanse, remove. Watch this guy. Block, delete, cleanse, remove. Did you see them disappear? Isn't that satisfying? To remove them the instant you see they don't belong. There's no reason to keep them and suffer their behaviors after they've identified as toxic.
And if they ask you over a cup of coffee, pay for your coffee, take it, and run.
Goodbye. Dickley. Hello, my love. There is no reason representing gospel spreading toxic information. So watch this guy go block, delete, cleanse, remove. Watch this. Block, delete, cleanse, remove. I don't care what he thinks. He's not relevant. I don't validate him. I remove him because he doesn't belong here. He doesn't belong around me. Good morning.
How dare you promote bodily autonomy, Chantel? How dare you promote the idea that people have the right to do what they want with their own bodies?
Toxic males don't want women to know that. So I remove toxic males who want women to be uninformed, naive, and uneducated so they can take advantage of them. I remove them. I make them non-existent just like you should. Watch this guy disappear. Here comes the block, delete, cleanse, remove. Just like that. It's that easy in your own life. All you have to do is use your power. They count on you not using your power so they can use you, manipulate you, take advantage of you, gaslight, and lie to you to their benefit. They don't want you to operate for your benefit. Hello, Island Beauty. How dare you lessen my chances to be manipulated and abused, right? These abusive, manipulative males don't want you to understand how powerful you are. Enjoy Kansas on your way out. Did you see Toto? Oh, this guy says it does matter. So I go block, delete, cleanse, remove, because we don't validate and listen to toxic people. They have no advice to give on who I'm going to select for a long-term relationship. I've already decided I will not select controlling, insecure, stuck in the past, or PP obsessed. Hello. So all you do when you meet them is deal with them appropriately. Instant removal. I have better things to do. I have better people to pay attention to. I will have more fun when I don't allow toxicity in my environment. So the moment I see that there's somebody toxic in front of me, I go, out you go. Out you go. I put the garbage in the bag. I put the bag at the curb. The truck came and picked it up. I didn't think about it again. I did not think about it one more time. I blocked, I deleted, and I carried on with my life happily. What they don't want is your happiness. They want you to service them. It matters. Watch this guy. Block, delete, cleanse, remove their lack of facts or science. That's it, just like that. They make up stories and they want you to believe they're made up delusions. We don't do that. We believe facts or science, not their made up delusions. Not their storytelling, not their fantasies, not their lies, not their gaslighting. There's the ocean. Blue line above the grass, that straight line, that's the ocean, and then the sky. Is this her front yard? Or her backyard. Front yard? Oh, her front yard. I guess we come in through the backyard. This is her front yard, you guys. This is what I look at every single day. It's so beautiful. And we got these little flies find me. I think I'm gonna go inside.
And if you're tuning in and you have Carry On My Wayward Son stuck in your head, you're welcome.
Oh my God, Chantel, it's the running for me.
Running from the little flies. I'm gonna outrun them. I don't want
You
them
were
to come in the
so
house.
you were so calm, and then all of a sudden, all of the urgency.
That's right. That's right, my love. Mare, Ellie Jane, Blue Sky. Hello, my loves. We were busy. Island, Dread, Decay, everybody. Dondra, Krista, busy. Emily. Eh? So it's funny when I start my live streams, we get all these guys coming in from Mr. Red Pill, and then, whoa, you're so enraged. Do you know what rage is? Apparently I don't know what you're going through, but don't project onto me, bro. I'm not interested in your fifis. Not interested in your...
If they're getting their information from the Taint brothers, then they need more information. Speaking of,
They need a lobotomy if that's where they're getting their information.
Hey, Cole, what topic are you here for? What topic are you here for?
Can you hear me?
What? Taint Brothers. He's looking a little rough lately, isn't he? Wonder what happened in jail. I wonder.
bond. Apparently, he paid for his own bond because he's out.
No, but he was in for a while. I wonder what happened. I wonder what happened, because, you know, it's common. Common for the boys.
Yeah, but nobody in jail, doesn't matter which one, is going to mess with an ex-kickboxer, though.
What if there's enough of them?
I don't
What if there's
know.
enough?
I've never been in jail, so I can't tell you. Oh wait, we attracted
bro,
a
what
taint. We attracted a taint brother fan.
Bro, what topic are you here for?
I want to discuss about like, I guess the background, right? Like, I just want to say, would you think it's
I mean, yeah, it's a lovely background.
I'm a little ADD. Yeah, how old is he, right? So yes, yeah.
I was more concerned with what he was smoking before he came on here.
I think he's been here before, and I think if I remember correctly, which I may or may not, but I think perhaps he was disrespectful, but he skipped out before I could block him. I'm having a tendril of memory of trying to find that person again.
Little pro tip to anyone who wants to come up and have a failed attempt at debating this topic. Don't have a toke before you come up here.
So we are still waiting for facts or science.
Undebunkable science.
Don't tell us what to do.
I'm going to drop down to the chat. My battery's dying.
Okay, Dre. Thank you, my love. Only if you want to.
Chantal, are there mosquitoes there?
Yes.
Yeah.
But they're not too bad, and the bites that you do get, they're not itchy. So I did get a little rash of bites on my ankle. On my ankles, hard to see. I must say, I don't know. Does that? Oh, let me see that beautiful leg. No, what am I doing? All right, maybe you can see that. I got some bites. I even got a bite on my face. I don't know if we can still see. I got bites, not the free souls. You're funny. Of course, in shops. Yeah, so I did get some bites, but they're not itchy. So they do bug spray around the homes here. The little black ones are the most annoying. They try to get up your nose and in your ear hole. You're like, because they're trying to get inside your ear. They try to get in your mouth. So those are the worst. Almost like a body count matter guy. Trying to find any crevice they can wiggle into.
The gnats?
Trying to find any crevice they can wiggle into. Emily! Ever tried? Oh, Avon Skin So Soft. So I had to panic pack. Oh, thank you, my love. I love y'all so much. We love you back. We appreciated your call today very much. Number 1 fan, number 18 fan. We appreciated you. Yes. What was I saying? Avon Skin So Soft. So I misread my departure time, and I found out literally it was 11:37. My flight left at 1:55. I'm an hour and a half away from the airport, and I found out I'm leaving that night. And I went, and I went into full panic mode. I immediately called an Uber. It was 20 minutes before I came. I finished packing, but I had to only bring carry-ons with me because I didn't think I was going to have time to check a bag in if I wanted to make the flight. So I wasn't able to bring anything over 100 milliliters of liquid, so I had to leave my Skin So Soft at home and a bunch of other stuff too. My leave-in conditioner, my special leave-in conditioner. I managed to, I emptied a bottle and threw some in there really quick. They have wipes. Oh, is that right? Yeah. Skin So Soft is amazing. I'm on it. I am on it. Danny Packing Blues. Avon, yeah. Looking forward to your return. Indeed, my love. Worst sound is the buzz in your ear. I know. Have to go, pay some bills, do some housework, get something out for dinner. All right, my love. We are here. A lot of people leave me on as like white noise in the background while they're at work or they're at home. Egotistical to disregard other people's preferences. I agree. Why are these males not taking into account women who don't want somebody who's controlling, insecure, stuck in the past, or PP obsessed? We didn't write that down as a preference. We want confident, not controlling. We want present, not stuck in the past. We want likes women, not likes other males, pushing us aside. Tell me about the dudes. I want to hear about dudes instead of about you. These egotistical males come here going, body count definitely matters, as though we're supposed to look at their preferences but not ours. They need to sit down and shut up, because we're not interested in their preferences when they prefer to be controlling, insecure, stuck in the past, and PP obsessed. Alicia, I got a lot of mods on here, my love. I got a lot of mods on here, my love. I'm gonna keep it at the mod number that I have right now. I got the new conditioner too. Ah, Sin Shops, yeah. Yeah, so these males who ask you what your body count is because they prefer to control you before they met you, instantly block and delete them, because you prefer a peer-peer relationship, not parent-child. So just get rid of them. What did my husband say that made me change my mind and want to marry him? He offered everything I wanted. So I was not intending to get back with him, because I wasn't asking him to offer me anything. I was just asking him to leave me alone, because I wasn't changing him. I had moved on and I had changed my mind about what I wanted, and I had shifted to a new model, basically. And I wasn't saying he has to be the new model. I was saying, I'm done with you because you're not the new model. So for me, like, I was done basically, and I wasn't expecting him to put the royal flush on the table. And I went, and then I said, I want to think about it. I didn't say yes right then and there. I said, I want to think about it. And he said, so we had a previous conversation, because he'd been texting me and stuff, and I was getting anxiety when he texted me, because he was trying to pull me back in, and I didn't want, because again, I'm not here to change anybody. So I was like, no, just leave me alone. And so he was messaging me and calling me, and I said, listen, just leave me alone. If there's something you want to say, write it down. Maybe I'll read it one day. That's exactly what I said to him. So he actually started testing him, like writing to me, but sending it to himself. And so I said, okay, let me think about this. He said, while you're thinking about it, can I send you the stuff that I wrote, since you told me to stop messaging you? And I said, okay. So I took my dog for a walk, and my phone's blowing up with all these messages that he had sent himself. And I asked the universe what to do, and the universe said, he's where you want him to be, meet him there. So I did. Hi, what topic are you here for?
Body count doesn't matter.
So I'm discussing this in a specific debate fashion, which is facts over feelings, not individualized. We're not discussing any individual's thoughts, feelings, emotions, opinions, or experiences on the subject because the individual is not the subject. The subject is the subject only in a factual or scientific way.
Bro, what are you saying?
There you go. So this guy wants to make it all about him because this is another male who wants to center himself, doesn't care about women, only cares about what he thinks and feels, and wants to impose his thoughts and feelings on you in an attempt to convince you to be controllable for that particular person. He's very persistent. My husband, when he has a goal, listen, Zombie, I gotta tell you, my husband is ambitious and goal-oriented and hardworking and conscientious, and he put that towards me as well. Your words were easy to understand. I don't know why he was struggling. Not my problem. Bye, guy. And so what did I do with that? Instant block and delete, right? Does body count when it's 1 versus 1,000? I want you to note RG here, what they said. And I want you to note how RG didn't touch on anything above the belly button. So nothing about what the person thinks, nothing about their goals, nothing about who they are, nothing about their level of honesty or their level of work ethic or responsibility. There's nothing above the belly button. It's all about the genitalia only. We call that a shallow person. So a shallow person only makes who somebody is about their genitalia, like RG did right there. So notice how they're not, again, describing a person in any way, shape, or form as a person. RG is sticking to discussing somebody based on their genitalia only. We consider that shallow. Yeah, we don't entertain those scenario questions. We recognize it for what it is, an indication of the shallow mindset. Their brain doesn't go above the belly button. Look, and now the gaslighting, right? He brought up what the person did with the genitalia either 1 or 1,000 times. And now they're attempting to gaslight. They're attempting to say, I didn't say what I said, which is gaslighting, an attempt to try to switch the reality that we actually discerned. Hi, Archie.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Good. So, do you honestly think that an individual who has only had one partner in their entire life attaches in the same way that a person who has, countless amount of partners, like, do you think that more damage isn't done by more individuals to a female than just one person?
Look at that.
Sean, no, I am absolutely.
That's just so boring.
Too funny.
So boring. So boring. Yeah, so boring. I need a more intelligent conversation. Sorry. Yeah, very boring. You're the biggest gaslighter. Everybody see crossfire for the block, delete, cleanse, remove. There's the block. There's the delete, cleanse, remove. Just like that. Just like that. That little baby boy crying about where he put himself, that's none of my business. I cut my tubes. I tie my tubes. I don't want a baby boy. When I see a baby boy crying about where he put himself, waiting for a woman to make him feel better, I toss the baby boy in the garbage. In the garbage. We abort the baby boy because we don't want that. No, I'm looking for a grown-ass adult, not some baby boy crying about where they put themselves. We chop that baby boy into tiny pieces and we put it in the garbage where it belongs. Block out people who disagree. I don't know why you think us women need to entertain males who don't take responsibility for their own thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. So we do block everybody that doesn't belong around us. Males coming around going, I control Joe, parent-child dynamic. No, us women want a peer-peer relationship, not somebody who thought they controlled us before they met us. We just get rid of them. We don't need to agree with them. We need to remove them because we don't need to tolerate them. We don't need to entertain them. We don't need to look at them. We don't need to hear them. We don't need to validate them. We put them in the garbage and we don't think about them a second time. If you need to go get therapy, go get it, but we're not dealing with you. Look at this guy, can't even spell. Everybody's seen them for the block, delete, cleanse, remove, on site with their toxicity. Odds, look at this. This guy's making up shit in his head because he's delusional, dysfunctional, mentally ill, block, delete, cleanse, remove. I don't listen to people who don't take reality into account. I don't bother with them. There's no need for you to have a debate, a discussion, an argument, a fight. Try to help them understand, no, your time, your energy, your focus is on your goals, your mental health, your emotional well-being, but not on these people. These people, when you meet them, you get them out of your sight, which means out of mind, which means their dysfunction is not distracting you from what you can achieve for yourself. Patriarchy wants you to focus on the toxicity of dysfunctional males. Matriarchy wants you to create a better life for yourself and everybody around you. So just block and delete the dysfunctional male. Age gap. You need to consider if the person is over 25 or under 25. So over 25, fully functional brain, developed brain, doesn't matter what the gap is. The people are making an informed decision about each other. A 25-year-old is choosing a 95-year-old because they want to. Whereas under 25, you need to be closer in age because you are closer in brain development, and that is fair. Hello, Anna. So Barton said men need to understand that their partner life is not their property. Women need to understand that they need to immediately block and delete any males who consider women to be property. If you come here hitting on my people, we will remove you. I wish I knew when I was younger. Hello, my love. So we're not waiting for males to choose to do the right thing. We as women are using our brain, identifying what's in front of us and dealing with it appropriately. If your preference is a number, it makes you toxic. We don't consider people as numbers because we don't consider people to be things. Body count does not matter, no matter how high, no
We're
matter.
talking about age.
Oh, body count doesn't matter, no matter how high, no matter how low. It's about who the person is, not who they may have done or not done in their past. We see plenty of people coming here with obviously a low body count who are super toxic. So it's never about the number. Don't let them fool you into thinking it's about the number. It's not about the number. It's about who they are. Trying to get you to think about it as a number is misdirection. Focus on the number, not the character, is misdirection. Don't focus on the number, focus on the character. Because again, you will see plenty of people with a low body count with poor character. Hey, what
Hi,
topic?
Chantal. How you doing?
Good. What topic are you here for?
Well, I just wanted to, I guess, I mean, I guess I have to want to word it
Well,
the
hold
right
on,
way.
hold on. Can I help you? A
Sure.
simple answer to a simple question. What topic are you here for?
Well, I mean, I want to discuss relationships and the fact that we need to look at specific dynamics, how they normally work. And I mean, I identify myself as a conservative Christian, and I believe firmly in the Bible.
Bye. Not just bye. That's a block. Block. Not just a bye-bye. That is a block. We do not talk to people who are religiously indoctrinated. They do not bring logic. They do not bring a desire to hear and learn. They do not bring an open mind. We are not interested in religious fundamentalists. They come to talk at you, but not hear what you have to say. Absolutely not. Instant shutdown. Not interested. Not interested in hearing your religious views. Pretty birds. Oh, Justin. Everybody go see Justin for the block delete. Here's the block. Here's the delete, cleanse, remove. Hi, Diane. Good morning. Oh, you want to repeat something like it means anything? Block, delete, cleanse, remove. There you go. Just like that. Just like that, ladies. It's that easy. Hi, Kimmy. By the way, the billionaire, I recommend you stop towing the line. I recommend you stop attempting to toe the line, because I assure you, the moment your little toe gets slightly over that line, I will block and delete you. So if you want to stay, I recommend you start to choose silence, because I don't think when you say anything, you'll be able to control yourself. So I recommend you just simply choose silence if you want to stay and continue listening to what I say. But I'm not interested in you towing the line, okay? I see you. Marvel wants to be cleansed. Everybody see Marvel for the block, delete, cleanse, remove. Block, delete, cleanse, remove. Exactly. We cleanse, ladies. We cleanse. We cleanse. It's called natural selection. We cleanse. We cleanse now. We cleanse, we control. They don't control anything. We control. They don't control our environment. We control our environment. They don't get to come in stages because they want to. We remove them. These males that are so toxic and dysfunctional, they think they controlled you before they met you. They're triggered at the words you didn't. Block, delete, cleanse, remove the garbage from your vicinity. Don't think about it a second time. Yeah, we don't use luck to choose a long-term partner. We use logic. We use a no kissing for 3 months dating rule. I could have done 1,000,000 people in my past, and when I'm ready to pick a long-term partner, no kissing, no sex, no sleepovers, no exclusivity, I'm going to let them talk. And when I see toxicity, I'm going to block and delete them. I don't care how many people they did. I don't care how many people I did. I will pick the right person based on their character and personality, on their behaviors as they happen, not what they did, who they are. Also, ladies, background check. Do the background check. Ask him for a background check. If he says background check, why would you want that? You go, oh, block, block. Because this guy who's offended at showing you he has nothing in his past that made him in trouble with the law, oh, he's obviously hiding something. He's offended. You're going to go find it out. Just go ahead and block him. A man who wants your happiness as background check, no problem. And then he provides it. Make sure you grab my book, No More Assholes, my love. Do a proper vetting process. We don't rely on luck. There's one of two ways to get into a long-term relationship. One is the lotto ticket methodology, which losers rely on because a mistake relies on you making a mistake for the mistake to get laid. We don't do the lotto ticket methodology. We use knowledge and insight, the second methodology, which is gathering the data, assessing the data, making an informed decision before kissing, sex, sleepovers, or exclusivity. Minimum 3 months corporate model. We do not give benefits to people we should fire because they're not fit for the position of being by our side. You can ask a question. Again, I'm just letting you know at the first sign of your dysfunction, you're gone. So
I'm up front. I would just say to the guys, I'm up front about
I see some bars with you, my love. We have a bad connection with you, Ripple. So now you're hitting on me. I don't accept that. Block, delete, cleanse, remove. I don't listen. This guy's been here long enough to know I'm married. So you hitting on me is disrespecting me and my relationship and my husband. Absolutely zero tolerance.
There we go. I was just gonna say, can you hear me now? We're good. I was gonna say, I'm upfront about the charges that I have in my past, but I also encourage anyone that I'm dating. I'm like, hey, if you would like to do a background check, I'll pay for it. You know what I mean? So they can also see for themselves. But yeah, I do have 2 violent crime charges, and it is what it is. Dudes fucked around, and dudes found out. So
I love it. Yeah, what a creep. And he thought that would like have me keep him around, right? Because he thinks I'm weak. He thinks I'm egotistical. He hopes I'm weak and egotistical. He hopes I need validation from males instead of me validating myself. I don't need your compliments yet. Where did Island Rosa? No, Island is good, Sean Marie. Island is always good, my love. No, Sean Marie. Frodo, long time no see. Mr. Frodo, yay. I want to hear your voice.
How are you, gorgeous lady?
Oh,
Hey, Ripple.
hello.
I am okay. I have been like evangelizing your message and came across a young man called Lex who is challenging, is creating spaces for men to kind of unpack their misogyny, which I think is a very clever way of tackling that toxic message from the patriarchy. So I've been lending my voice to that kind of discussion a little bit more. But yeah, I'm okay. It's been a busy time work-wise as well. But what do I know, eh?
Do it. Do it.
I'm just, what do I know? I'm just a hobbit taking a ring to Mordor, and that's about it. That's my job. But yes, it's good to hear you. It's good to see you. I haven't forgotten. It's just I keep getting sucked into these lives. I had a discussion on a live earlier on where they were plugging the patriarchy isn't a thing. You know, it's purely subjective. I'm like, come on, guys. They tried to get onto the topic of body count, and they tried to cite the worst kind of study, which and arguing that correlation does equal causation. And I'm just like, come on, guys, this isn't. If you're going to cite a study, know how to cite the study correctly and read read the abstract, read the content. But yeah, it was exactly what you do, and I just didn't have the power to kick them off their own live. But if I did, I would have, because it was pure nonsense. It's like, come on, guys, this is sheer nonsense. But never mind. Everybody has their biases, and everybody needs to unpack their nonsense if they're going to get any better at this. And it was just really sad to see them kind of try and dodge every excuse from there's no insecurity, it's not misogyny. I was like, okay, fair enough. You're clearly not reflecting on this enough, and that's okay. We'll have to tackle this one conversation at a time.
Yes. And I love it. Is Lex British? Am I getting it right? He's a British man.
Yeah, he's a British guy.
And you see him down here in the corner, and he has like a long list of topics that male
Yes,
species from.
that's the young man. Yeah, absolutely.
He makes TikToks and goes, "Oh, what are we gonna say about this?"
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I love him. And he gets watching.
Yeah, he's very good. I think he does something different to what you're doing, right? Because his space, this is where men who struggle with your life should go to unpack their misogyny, right? Because you're not here for that. You're not there to kind of be a therapeutic space for these people, because that's not what you're meant to be doing. You've got a very different agenda to Lex. But it is interesting. It is interesting that he's creating that space, and the conversations he's having. I'm starting to see a bit of a trend in men genuinely going, okay, fair enough. Yeah, all right, maybe I am this person. Maybe I have insecurities, or maybe I have internalized misogyny, but that's my right. And it's like, yeah, sure, but own that. That's not a problem. Like, if you want to be a misogynist, own that stuff. Yes. Right? So I guess you guys kind of almost complete each other in the way that the message you're delivering is hard-hitting, and it's designed to empower women. Lex is kind of coming up from a different perspective of, listen, guys, we've got this misogyny. We need to unpack it so that we can start challenging this behavior, and have better outcomes for everybody, not just women, right? And it's a very, very different approach, but that doesn't mean one is better than the other, or one, like, you guys auto-complete each other in a way. So
yes, we complement, because
complement. Yeah,
I need to teach women to leave those males alone so they can sit with themselves and figure themselves out and ask themselves, why am I not getting what I want, which is the companionship of a woman or a partner. And then you males, you wonderful, wonderful men, are busy teaching the other males how to be what functional women are looking for.
Yeah, exactly that, Chantal. It's about creating that space for the men to start to examine their own issues. And if they can't do that, then they don't deserve to be with a partner. Your partner shouldn't be your therapist as well, which is the other side.
No, the guys who need to deconstruct their egos, their patriarchy, their religion, their dysfunction, they need to do so in their peer group, like Alcoholics Anonymous.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. And that's the kind of the live that I kind of got sucked into, and I'm kind of glad, because it's a very fascinating community, just like your community has always been, an amazing, beautiful community. It's a great community to be a part of, because ultimately, if we don't fix this, it's just going to keep going. And I don't think women have a responsibility to address any of this. They just don't, because they've not created this environment. They've not perpetuated these harmful stereotypes. We have to take responsibility, and in doing so, we can then move the needle forward for everybody, for society as a whole. But yeah, we've got to unpack this stuff. If we don't, it's just not going to get any better.
Does Lex know about me?
Yes, he does, because I have evangelized your name quite significantly. I will continue. I will approach Lex because I've got access to his Discord now, and I'm part of the that community. So I think it's worth you two maybe collaborating, and I will put that across to him and have him either reach out and whatnot. Because I think there's a lot of common ground, right? And I think there's good to be done there. But yeah, I will definitely speak and reach out to Lex at some point over this week to see what he says. If it's a no-go or he feels that, there's no collaboration to be had, sure, that's his decision to make. And vice versa, you may think, actually, I don't think we don't need to collaborate, we just need to be aware of each other. But I know he knows who you are because I've spoken extensively about this in his lives. So
Tell him I love what he does. Tell him I
yeah,
watch his spots.
yeah, he's a great guy.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
that doesn't take away from the fact that my journey on this started with you, and I am always referencing back to the fact that body count doesn't matter. It's because of the concepts that I was exposed to because of your life. And I do consider you both amazing human beings who, if I can support this community in any way, shape or form, I will continue to do so. But yes, your name gets evangelized all the time, Chantal. When the concept of female empowerment and of course body count as a concept comes up, I definitely always reference you first because you are flying that flag and you're flying it really, really well.
Yay. And I love that we're all working so hard together. I love that you're here. I love that you came here. I love that you're there doing what you're doing. I would never selfishly hoard you all to myself.
No, of course not. I don't consider it that way. It's just, I know you've got this down pat, like you and Ripple and a few others, Diane as well. You tackle the misogyny really, really well. No doubt about it. Okay. It's more the fact that there is only so much I can add because I ultimately am not a woman, right? I can be a supporter, I can be pro women, but I'm not going to be able to translate that message for men in this context because men, when they join this live, tend to come in quite combatively. Whereas if they join Lex's live, we can tackle that and take it apart and give a different perspective.
Yes.
If you want a direct example of how we managed to convince somebody recently, a young man, 19 years of age, who was talking about intimacy, and I think he meant intimacy in the context of erotic or sexual relationships, right? I sat down with him and I said to him, listen, you understand intimacy, your scope for intimacy is very, very narrow. I said, I'll give you an example. If you can sit opposite a human being and you can exchange your ideas, your wants, your values, your goals, and those line up with the person that you're sitting opposite against, right? Because you've taken the time to get to know them as a human being and observe them, and you've had those deep and meaningful conversations. Do you not think that could be incredibly intimate and quite moving on the inside that you align with another human being in such a great way? And he's like, I never even thought of that, dude. And I'm like, yep, that's fine. Like, this is the point. I need you to start thinking about, it's not just about the physicality of the relationship. You need to align on other things. And those things won't happen unless you sit down and talk to them and get to know them and exchange those ideas before you even get to the physicality of it. If your minds are connected, the physicality bit will follow. And he was just like, I've got stuff to think about. And I went, yeah, sure. I can refer you to some resources. Whether or not he takes me up on that is irrelevant. It's enough that the crowd could hear that, and it's enough that we get those ideas out. So yes, Chantal, your work continues, and we continue to evangelize what you do. But I wanted to say hello.
I adore you. I really do,
That's
Frodo.
okay. Onwards and upwards, Chantal. I have to
Indeed.
drop because I've got to go to another meeting because my boss needs my help on something. We got visited by a health authority recently, so there's some work to be done to fix some problems that they identified. But as always, it's been a sincere pleasure. And Ripple, great to hear your voice. And I don't judge you on your past, I only judge you on your actions now. So continue being as awesome as you've always been.
Thank you, Frodo. I love you.
Take care, ladies. Bye-bye.
Thank you, my love. I think Frodo's in the documentary as well, if I heard that right. John, give me 1 second, my love. I just want to address how Jason said it's quite selfish to say body count doesn't matter. I want everybody to notice the egotism for him to say it's selfish for a woman to say who I did before them was not about them. They're so egotistical and selfish. They want me to reduce myself before meeting him. So I don't fully understand myself well enough to pick a compatible long-term partner because he is very selfish in his own thoughts, emotions, and control tactics, being the behavior, attempting to gaslight women into saying, no, I'm not going to do something that teaches me about my own body and sexuality because this Jason person is so selfish. They want me to say no to other people before I meet them because their ego cannot handle my autonomy and self-education. Thank you, Jason. Have the day you deserve. Watch this. Everybody see Jason disappear? Block, delete, cleanse, remove. Bye-bye. John, hi, what topic are you here for? John? Jon, what topic are you here for? Bye-bye.
My fault. I didn't know I was muted.
Okay.
So
What topic?
Sorry?
The topic that you're here for?
Oh, the body count one. I wanted to say that I agree with your point that it doesn't matter, but I don't think that people who do have a high body count or people that have, slept around with many people should expect the same kind of treatment from somebody.
I want you to understand that what you think is irrelevant because what you think
Okay.
is applicable to humanity at large. Just because you think me with a high body count doesn't deserve somebody amazing will not get in my way of choosing somebody amazing as I have done. Your thoughts are not validated because they are dysfunctional and toxic and they don't take reality into account, meaning you don't take responsibility for your own thoughts, emotions, and your vomit of that dysfunction is the behavior you chose instead of thinking about your imagination and emotions and asking yourself, is this logical? It's not logical for you to think that somebody with a high body count automatically doesn't deserve a good partner. Somebody with a high body count is more likely to pick a good partner because they have more experiences to compare, therefore less likely to pick somebody worse than what they had before. Now, of course, controlling, insecure people don't want women to have comparison points because women will pick better as they move forward instead of picking a loser, a toxic, dysfunctional, abusive person who takes no accountability for their own thoughts, emotions, and behaviors because for them, accountability is kryptonite. So everybody look at this Duan person for the block, delete, cleanse, remove. I always get rid of these storytellers, block, delete, cleanse, remove. We don't care about their opinions. We don't care about their made up stories. We don't care about their feelings. They can take their dysfunction and go somewhere else, but it's not our job to deal with it. It's our job to identify toxicity and dysfunction and instantly remove it because it does not belong in a woman's environment. Hi, Dragon. Dragon, what topic are you here for?
Hello, good afternoon. I'm here to speak about body count doesn't matter, right?
So I need to let you know that that is the debate topic, not the open forum topic. So the debate topic is body count doesn't matter. We're only discussing this in a factual or scientific way, but not an individualized way. Because Dragon, if you don't like spinach, does that mean I have to stop eating spinach? Yes or no?
No.
Exactly. So the individual is not the topic here because every individual can make their own decisions for themselves, what they like and don't like. I'm not here to change that. I'm here to simply discuss the topic in a factual or scientific way without a sentence that starts with I think, I feel, my opinion, my experience. A factual way would be like this. Would you agree this is a cell phone?
Yes, ma'am.
And then the scientific way is if you want to bring studies, sociology, psychology, biology, Anything like that, I need to know where you read the science you want to present. I need to go find the words you read in the study before you say them out loud. And this is how I ensure there's no amplification of lies, fear-mongering, or disinformation. So to go find what you read, I will need the title of the peer-reviewed study, the website you found it on, the page number and paragraph number that has the words you want to say. Is that fair?
Yes, I agree with that. I'm not really educated on the topic, to be honest. I just wanted to say, can't use I think or I wanted to say, right? I just wanted.
It's not about you. If you cannot address this topic without individualizing it, we're not debating here. And I'm not accepting that. This is why I laid out terms in the beginning.
Okay, no problem. It's a proven fact, right? That
So, my love, you want to bring a science, it sounds like. So do you have the title of the peer-reviewed study?
no before we just
No.
it's
If you don't
it's
have the title,
STDs.
no. Look at this. He wants to. It's a proven fact, but I haven't read a single study. It's a proven fact, but I have no science. It's a proven fact, but I don't have anything to prove it. I'm just gonna poop in my hand and look at the pile of poop, and I call that a proven fact. No, my love, that's a pile of poop in your hand. If you don't have a title of a peer-reviewed study, the website you found it on, the page number, paragraph number to show you did some reading. I don't accept what you say. You're not debating, you're pooping in your hand. I have eyes, it's poop. If you don't have a title, website, page number, paragraph number, go somewhere else. There is no science, my love. I have 3 facts why body count does not matter. Let's hear the facts. Come and request. I'll say them to you, right to your face. I like to hear your face agree to my facts. So you want to hear my facts? Come hear my facts. Body count doesn't matter to the people who practice logic and stick to facts, and smart women practice logic and stick to facts. Would I say what to the people I slept with? Would I say, hey, I had fun? That it doesn't matter. What a stupid thing. I didn't even ask what their body count was when they were a hookup. It didn't matter. I was getting an experience. I was having a good time. I was learning about myself and my body, and they showed me things, and I was like, oh, I want to do that again. Or we tried something. I was like, you know what? I mean, I'm glad I tried that, but I don't feel like doing it again because it just didn't do as much for me as I thought it would. Yeah. It didn't matter. Here today, gone tomorrow. That's my hookups. Oh, man hater. Oh, look at this guy. Look at this guy. See, I don't talk to toxic males, right? We love men, but this guy doesn't get that. So here comes the block. Here comes the delete. I'm glad he commented again so I could remove him. It's a proven fact, says the guy who poops in his own hand, right? Today I'm a guy hater. Nothing to be ashamed of.
What? Mopar says body count doesn't matter to weak men and women who want to fool you into bad behavior is good. Then stay a virgin. Make sure you stay a virgin. Don't worry. We won't sleep.
No, we won't. Don't worry. Don't worry, my love. We won't sleep with you, okay? You listen, you keep that flex. Keep that rejection as a flex. It's all good. We will add to your rejection. Which one doesn't like consensual sin shops? Oh yeah.
That I was
He
just talking about Mopar.
Doesn't want women to know their own body, enjoy their own body. Oh no, women having a good time with their own body, that's criminal, right? Because he's so toxic, that's criminal. Oh, we got a mechanophile because people said no. People said no, so now they put it in things. Jababaya.
Hello.
Hi, what topic are you here for?
The body count doesn't matter thing.
So I am discussing this in a factual or scientific way, not an individualized way, because we're not here to
Yeah.
change the mind in any way, shape, or form.
Okay. Yeah.
A factual way would be like this. Would you agree this is a cell phone?
Yeah.
And a scientific way is if you bring studies for statistics, sociology, psychology, biology, anything scientific like that. I need to go find where you read the words you want to present before you say them out loud to ensure there's no amplification, fear-mongering, or disinformation. So I would need pieces of information if you want to present a science. I need title of the peer-reviewed study, website is on, piece number, paragraph number. Is that fair?
Yeah. I was just trying to understand. Like, what do you mean by body count?
So, as in you don't understand the actual terminology that we're using?
Like I understand the terminology, but in what factors doesn't matter.
Right. So if I were to finish this sentence above my head, I say body count does not matter to the people who practice logic and stick to facts. And I have 3 facts so why body count doesn't matter. Would you like to hear them?
I would, yeah.
Okay. Number 1, if a female was looking for a male for a long-term relationship, and she had a list of what she was looking for: honesty, loyalty, trustworthy, work ethic, financial responsibility, share her goals and values, funny, conscientious, etc., empathetic. Would she need to observe him over time to see if he has those qualities, yes or no?
I mean, yeah, they'd have to observe them, yeah.
Yes. Number 2, if a male was looking for a female with this list of requirements: honesty, loyalty, trustworthy, work ethic, financial responsibility, empathy, conscientiousness, etc., what he was looking for, would he need to observe her over time to see if she fits that criteria? Yes, yes. Number 3, if somebody wants to know if the other person has an STD, STI, do they have to ask the person to go to the doctor, get tested, get the test results, and then show the test results? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it possible somebody could sleep with one person one time, catch an STD, STI?
Some people can be born with it from their mothers, so it could be, yeah.
That too. So if I ask somebody what their body count is and they say 1 or they say 0, do I have the facts about their STD test results?
You don't know.
I don't have the facts. That's right. So we don't ask for a number. We ask for testing. If I ask somebody their body count and they give me a number, but I haven't spent much time with them, do I have the facts about who they are?
No.
No. So people who stick to logic and facts don't ask for a number. They use observation before committing to somebody to make sure they're committing to the right person. And they ask for testing from the doctor to make sure they're not going to get an STD or STI.
Yeah, that makes that makes perfect sense.
Yes, my love, because it's logical, and that's what we do. It's logic. We don't ask for a number and then make up a story and believe what we made up. We simply observe you and we ask for testing.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Well, thanks. In that sense, I didn't think you meant scientifically. I thought you meant somebody was just running through people, and it was to somebody who would be upset by that. But this makes sense actually. So thank you for that.
You're welcome, my love. Anytime, okay?
See you later.
Okay, bye. Lovely. Oh, Diane, hello, my love. Lovely. Love these conversations. So Mopar needs to go. Mopar needs to go.
Sure.
Let's see. Let's see what you're saying. Oh, most women, I gotta block and delete that because he's a liar. I want you to understand that liars use lying language. If they say men want most men want, most women. They haven't talked to most men. They haven't talked to most women. They're attempting to lie to you and convince you they can speak for people they've never spoken to. Des and Diane, hello.
Hi.
Sporty needs to go because Sporty doesn't like logical men. Here goes Sporty for the block. Delete, cleanse, remove. We don't keep illogical males around us who don't like logical males. We don't keep them around. We support logical male and we get rid of the illogical ones. Hi, Diane.
Sorry.
Nope.
No. That Mopar dude was the one who was saying that sex is bad. And I'm just like, bro, we're not trying to convince you to have sex. No one here wants you. Like, I don't understand why they come trying to tell us not to have sex because they think it's bad. It's okay. Stay in your mother's basement with your blow up doll. We're not going to try to take you away from your safe space.
He's not touching a blow up doll because he thinks it's sinful to lust after the blow up doll. He's not touching anything, not even touching himself. Diane, how are you?
Good, I'm good. I took my mom to an appointment this morning, and she's gonna have like my mom's old, she's 83, and she's like, her body's like breaking down, and now she's gonna be in a chronic pain program, so I'm happy about that. Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to tell you about this conversation I had with my son. So my son's 15, right? So Saturday evening, he had a birthday party in the afternoon. I picked him up after dinner and I was asking him, who was there? Was it just, because it was a girl's birthday. And he said he was the only boy, but there was like one trans boy and some non-binary kids, right? And he's like, so we were talking about stuff like that. And I can't remember how we got on the topic, but I ended up saying about body count, how, and he was like, yeah, body count. I'm like, okay, you know what that is? And he's like, yeah. And I said, so you understand that it doesn't matter? He was like, no, of course it doesn't. And so we had this really cool conversation, and he was like, well, he's like, I've never told you this, but I think I'm kind of asexual. And I'm like, look, you're 15. It's okay for you to not want to have sex right now. Like, there's plenty of time for that. I said, you also don't have to label yourself with anything. Like, you might change, maybe in a year or two or in 5 years, you're going to want to have sex. Like, my son is just very present in his life, right? So he's not, oh, this is how we got into the topic. He was saying how, because I said, I love that he has so many female friends, right? And I know that he's always been a safe person for children, like for girls. They've had that feedback his whole time in school, right, from other parents and teachers. And so I said, I love that, girls obviously feel comfortable and safe with you. And he said, yeah. He said, well, honestly, he said, one of the reasons I have so many girlfriends is that there's so little boys that are good kids. Like, most of the guys at school are shit. Their sense of humor is bad. They're not good people. And so he has like his close group from his elementary school, but other than that, and he has a few other male friends, but he tends to mostly gravitate to the girls because he finds the guys are just not good humans. I thought that was really interesting. And then, yeah, the body count convo after was really cool too.
Yeah, I love what you said to him. That was so spot on.
I'm really loving this phase. Like, I was thinking about that this morning. I think 15 is like the tipping point between like the early teenage and then the later teenage. And like, I'm just really seeing him mature and, I don't know. He's just such a great human. I just love him.
So what's going in kind of through my mind right now is I wonder if it's a worthy conversation to say something like, he's familiar with me, right? So you can say, like Chantal, she didn't lose her V card until she was 17, and she wanted to fall in love first. And she was with him for 6 months before they went all the way. And she was comfortable enough to do so. She really took her time. And even though, like, as an attractive woman, she had a lot of attention, she was like, no, 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 no. I want to take my time. I want to be in love. I really want to select somebody that I want to have feelings for before I do that. And that's a great way to start if that's how you want to do it. And her husband, he didn't lose his until he was 20 because he wanted to be in love first and he wanted to feel a connection first. So it doesn't matter when you decide to do it. It matters that you're going to be okay when you do it.
I totally agree with you. I mean, I lost mine after yours. I think I lost mine like, was I 19 or 20? I was in university by the time I did, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, he's just not worried about it. He's not worried, I just love it. And honestly, I think one of the reasons he's so well balanced and just like, I mean, it's who he is. He's an intelligent kid too, but I've done a lot of healing work with him along the way, like along the years. You know what I mean? Like with the tapping and all of that stuff. And so I think that just helps him be just safe within himself. And yeah, he's so, I just adore him. He's such a good kid.
You're such a good mama. Give yourself a pat on the back. Here's a cookie, my love.
Thank you. Thank you. I think I'm a really good mom. I'm a horrible housekeeper and cook. But as far as like
Oh
the
my
emotional stuff, the mental and emotional stuff, yeah, I'm on it.
There you go. That's important. I love that. Good. Thank you
You can't be good at everything. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say the exact same thing. Took the words out of my mouth. Good. A year ago, Keiko. Yes. Your house is out there waiting for you. Oh, Des, not having some luck finding where you're gonna go in August. Chose someone else. 6 offers. Oh goodness. I had a dream that I was apartment hunting yesterday. Last night. I mean, in my mind, in my dreams, I was apartment hunting. Interesting. Elaborate. Alec, body count does not matter to the people who practice logic and stick to facts. I have 3 facts, so why it does not matter. With my husband. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I love that, my love.
Alec,
Yeah.
elaborate on what? What do you want us to elaborate on?
The logic, perhaps. The logic. We love logic here, by the way. This is so males who say body count matters want women to be emotional instead of logical. They want women to be in their imagination instead of grounded in facts. They want women to be stuck in the past, not grounded in the present. They want women to be insecure, not confident. We have an amazing realtor. Good.
Alec, did she just answer your question, or do you need more information? Body count doesn't matter. So as part of her methodology for finding a healthy long-term relationship, it also acts as a filter, right? Okay, cool, perfect.
Yay, Alec. That was good. Yeah, I'm here, Alec. If you, I see that you have the ability to come talk to me personally if you wanted to. I'm here for any questions you have. Hello, Nessa. I'm gonna head out. If Alec wants to come join, I will absolutely chat with you. I would love to help you understand if you had any questions, Alec. But if not, send a request. I mean, I'll even send you a little invite just to see. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. We love curiosity.
Can we clip the conversation you had with Ireland?
Yes. Yeah, 100%. I'll even send a message to my editor right now. Just to make sure. She's really good at catching stuff, but I like to just sometimes point out things that I want her to. Hi, Ruby. In today's episode of Chantal's live streams, we had a wonderful conversation with a woman named Ireland. comma, I helped her in her relationship, and we should clip that exclamation mark.
It's UM Ireland, if that helps. UM as in mom.
Yeah, she doesn't see the comments because when I download it, the comments don't show up.
Oh, right. But anyway, if she sees UM, that's her.
Yeah.
Like on the panel.
Matt says, how do you debate a preference? We're not debating your preference, right? We're debating the logic of your preference.
Yeah.
So
No,
everybody has preferences. You know what else is a preference? P3DO is a preference. Like anybody can be a preference. You could prefer to like do a tree. I don't know. That could be your preference. Just because you call it a preference doesn't mean that it's okay. Doesn't mean that it's healthy. Doesn't mean that it's safe. Doesn't mean that it's logical. Doesn't mean that it's mature. Doesn't mean any of those things.
that's your preferences are in your head, but what's in your head doesn't matter to me, the individual, because I have my own preferences. So I don't consider your preferences when I'm picking my partner. I consider my preferences. The spin, look at that. He calls it spin. Watch this. I'm going to block and delete him because he calls women choosing what they want a spin. He calls women knowing what they want and picking what they want a spin. Bye-bye. I just spun that little loser out of here. They're so disrespectful to women's brains. Like, you're not allowed to think for yourself, right? Like, it's so gross how much they don't consider women at all above the belly button. It's like they don't think we have a brain. And I know they don't think we have a brain because they lack brain cells. That's why they're such good puppets for the podcast bros, because you have to have no brain to be something's puppet, right? So we just get rid of these guys. We don't pay attention to them. We don't let them pollute our environment. We block, delete, we cleanse, remove, we move on. We don't think about them a second longer. We focus on our goals, focus on our well-being, on our happiness, our community. We focus on how much fun we have. Once we start taking more control of our environment, we focus on the peace we create. Once we start reducing the toxicity around us by removing it with the good old block button. Practice that blocking, ladies. Put it into power. This is how you take care of yourself. I'm going to head out, you guys. We're going to do some more vacationing. I did miss you on the weekend.
Love you so much, Chantal. It was such a fruitful live. Thank you so much for coming on today.
It really was. Bye, my love, Diane. Bye, Ripple. Bye, Mare. Bye, Dondra, Dio, Emily, Alec. Alec, by the way, I'm here Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern time for minimum 2 hours. Come back anytime with questions. I'm always here to help. Blooming, Bryn, Surfing, Krista, Zombified, Chris, Wirino, Zyko, Amber, Sandy, Nessa, Louise, Miyagi, Caroline, Island Beauty, Courageous Pamela, hello my love, Lori, Sin Shops, Dondra, Wendy, Kat, Virgo, Katie, Scoot, Alina, Angel, Shyla, Leon, Bella, and Coco. I will see you all tomorrow. Again, 10 a.m. Eastern time, minimum 2 hours. Make sure you're going into the link in my bio. Rhode Island family. Hello, my love. Use that link in my bio. And make sure you're getting yourself a free book, a freebie, free starter guide for singles, free starter guide for couples, free starter guide for males who want to start getting some sex and stop being so rejected. Mwah. I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow, my loves.